it be your faith in?
What is up, everybody? I forgot to do a preview today. I apologize. That's my fault. That's my fault. It's my fault. I apologize. I apologize. But, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what is up? It is your boy. It is the Don. It's the Godfather. It's the future Hall of Famer, JD Legend, back again. Bringing you guys and gals live reaction to One Piece chapter 1163. And on the last chapter of One Piece, we had a lot happened. We had Kaido, YN Kaido. We had, YN Kaido was the highlight. I ain't gonna lie. We had Rayleigh save. I think Rayleigh obviously saving Shaki, but I think that was before. It's been a minute because we were on break. Emu's appearing out of nowhere because of Saturn. Rox is cold. Rox is cold already. We had Mihawk upscales and not Mihawk upscales, and then we had Garland, who's a fraud. He's getting packed up. We had just a lot. To me, YN Kaido was the number one. YN Kaido was the MVP last chapter for sure. And if we're gonna be honest, yo, I've heard a lot. All right, I have heard that this is a suit chapter. I have heard that this is not a suit chapter. I have heard that this is a terrible chapter. I have heard that Oda is begging it. I've heard that there's prime agenda and the Stark Mecha's gonna crash. I've heard so many different things about this chapter. I just want to get to the point now where I'm just gonna read the chapter. How about we do something like that? How about we just read the chapter? All right, I'm not really, because apparently y'all been spoiling in the chat, so I can't even look at y'all right now because y'all wilding. I need y'all to settle down. You're just running around screaming like rats. You gotta settle down, chat. It's Rish Ravi Kumar's first stream. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Welcome. All right. Anyway, let's get started. We'll see if this is a suit chapter or not, and if it is a suit chapter, I'll get the suit. If it's not, it's not. All right. It is what it is. All right. One Piece chapter 1163. Promises. Oh my God. Wait a minute. Can we just take a moment of silence? A moment of silence. The Yamato cover story is actually over. Just a moment of silence. We got Luffy jumping around with some monkeys. I'm at peace. This is what peace feels like, chat. This is peace. We're free. Can I get a freedom in the chat, y'all? This is freedom. This is what freedom looks like. See? This is it. This is One Piece themes. Freedom. We're free. We're free of Yamato. We're free of Wano. This is peak already. Peak. This is freedom. We are free, chat. Let's go. Back to the chapter. All right. Luffy parkouring around with a pack of Japanese macaques. Cold. Look at those cold little monkeys. All right. Saint Saturn. What is this form? Is this an ability? So clearly this is Emu. Saint Saturn's up. Such eyesores. And so we're just killing Marines. All right, so we're doing it again. We're just killing Marines. We're killing our workforce, stabbing these niggas. It's going after the Marines? Isn't it on their side? Scratch that. Looks like it has it out for all of us too. So now they're all running away. Everyone fall back. Keep your distance. Attacking is prohibited. Secure the escape route instead. Attacking is prohibited. Okay. Hey, get a hold of yourselves. This pain, it's oddly compelling. What are you babbling about? Damn it. My crew's been, compelling. Gabon, cover these guys and carry the treasure and get out of here. Not this again. You just don't do anything crazy. Is it not this again? You just don't do anything crazy. All right, and this is Roger. Roger looks so much like Ace. So much like Ace right now. What the heck is that freaking monster? No idea. Saint Saturn just transformed. One of the 5 elders, huh? This is my first time seeing one. What a fitting look for the head of those maggots. Vice Admiral, keep it down. So up to this point, Garp had never seen a Gorosei, which isn't out of the realm of possibility, right? That's not out of the realm of possibility. That's not crazy. So it's like, all right, cool. I get it. Like, I get it. That's fine. Like, we get that. Hey, if it isn't the Rat King came to kill me, excuse me, what? I know he not calling Emu the Rat King. We got JD Legend vernacular in One Piece. Someone give me the official translation, confirm it. And then, hold on now. And then, if it's confirmed in the official translation, we have confirmed Oda watches this channel. It's confirmed I'm canon. If it is true, we wait for the official translation. If it's official, it's over. If they use the term Rat King, TCB doing something. I don't know what they doing, but it's J upscale. That's what this is. This is me upscale. I'm upscaled, all right? We're upscaling J. J equals Emu confirmed. Imagine, hold on, pause for a second, right? Before I say anything, I don't advocate for slavery, violence, or world domination or oppression. I don't advocate for that. But what happens if Emu takes off that fit and he's got a high top fade and he's black? What do we do, Chad? What do we do? How do we react? How do we behave? I'm curious. What if he's got a high top fade with a mohawk, a nice beard, and good black skin? What do we do? What does that mean? What does that mean? And he's possessing Saint J. Garcia. Do you see the parallels? Do you see it? Do you see the parallels? He's possessing Saint J. Garcia. Then he says the Rat King. As far as I'm concerned, any One Piece theorist worth their hat should obviously say J upscale. That's what they should say. Invest in me today. That's my message. That's it. Invest. That's it. It's just that simple. We got J-Moo right now. This is crazy. This is an upscale. This is a fantastic upscale. We're canon. We are actually canon. Unbelievable. Wait a minute. Hey, if it isn't the Rat King, came to kill me in person, huh? Look at Rock standing up. So thou art the one, Davy Jones. Davy Jones? Afraid you got the wrong guy. I've never even met the man. That said, I believe promises are meant to be kept. That is precisely why your wretched ilk must be expunged from the annals of history. Okay, so Davy Jones. Is Davy Jones Joy Boy? Davy Jones has beef with Emu? Davy Jones. All right, Davy Jones. We just got to stay here, and there's been promises. And he's talking about the promise he made. He's got to be erased. Why? Moo's world remains incomplete. The world ain't yours. Okay, so Emu goes for a strike. He cuts his hand off cold. I love it, right? Bet. Rocks, that crazy bastard. He's going after St. Saturn. What now, Rear Admiral? Should we provide backup? Well, damn right. Wait, damn right we should. Move it. Vice Admiral Garp. Wait, what? Who exactly are you backing up? Wait a minute, Garp. Surely not. Surely not, Garp. Hold on now. If Garp does what I think he does, we're going to have a very aggressive conversation. If Garp does what I think he does, we're going to have a very aggressive conversation. Don't say nothing, chat. I'm not looking at y'all no more. I'm not looking at the chat no more. The pirates are taking the treasure. Stop them. Those are world-renowned items. Things are getting pretty crazy. Fee-hee-hee. Glug. How's the transport situation looking? We're ready to go, Captain John. This is goodbye, then, rocks pirates. Oh, so Captain John is dipping. Okay, so Captain John's betraying him. What's going on? What was that terrible shriek? Wow. Okay, so the baby. A Navy ship. I'll have them take the kid. What the? Wait, what just happened to him? Did he get hit? No. Wait. Gua, the treasure. Our metals are reacting to something. Don't let go. Wait a minute. What? Big Eater. It's got to be Captain John's magnet power. Crash. Oh no. It's causing a strong magnetic pull to the valley's southeast coast. To me, my treasure. Do whatever you want. Just get out of the way, Roger. John, that snake. Wait. Is that it, nigga? Is that it, nigga? Even in death, even when he's not here, he's still trash. Even when he's not on screen, he's still trash. I love it though. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I just want everybody to understand what just happened here. And it's the booger fruit. I didn't even peep, nigga. He got one shot by Mr. Five's devil fruit? By an explosion. We're losing recipes. This is embarrassing. If I was a kid fan, I'd be embarrassed. I'm not gonna lie. That devil fruit is dog water. I think we should just now admit this devil fruit is trash. This is just not good. Kid is trash. Yo, the will of trash. Yo, kid and the will of trash. Say it with me, chat. The will of tea. The will of trash. Captain John trash. Houston's kid trash. You can't write it. You can't write it better. Kid fans, it's days like this that make me laugh at you so loudly because you just keep trying to have some modicum of pride, and Oda spits in your face over and over and over again where he's not even in the chapter and somehow he's still taking L's. He's underwater and he's still taking L's. How is that possible? Kid fans, please, it is time. Kid fans, it is time. It's time to rest. Kid fans, I promise you, I don't even want to do this anymore. This is just cruel. It's time to rest. And don't come yelling at me. Don't do it. Just don't come yelling at me because listen, you know what? I'm going to do a bit for y'all. This is me talking to Captain Kidd and all the Kid fans out there that are still mad at me, that are still talking about me. You went on live and said you pop niggas. You don't pop niggas. You went on live and you said you whoop niggas. You don't whoop niggas. You went on live and said niggas know how you get down. Nobody knows how Kid gets down. What the hell are y'all talking about? He's just not good. Kid is just not good. Anything associated to Kid is not good. I'm sorry. Please. Oda let you get one shot by Shanks. And then Captain John, who is the holder, the previous user of the Death Fruit, got one shot by a booger, an explosive booger. We're losing recipes. The Kid recipes are lost forever. The Kid recipes are lost forever. Kid stock should be at 0. There's no more Kid stocks. If you have Kid stock, sell it now. It's too late. Just sell it now. Sell them now. Please. Sell them. If you have Kid stocks, sell them. I don't even care if it's market manipulation. Sell them stocks today. Sell them. It's over. This is ridiculous. I feel bad for y'all, man. I feel bad for y'all. It's over. It can't get worse. Let's keep moving. Sky Snake Red Cannon. That man's really... Look at that blood. Tongue out. Broken teeth. It's a shame. Ooh, and look at all the treasure flying. Ooh. Hey, Ganzu, why'd you attack John? You really think he'd split all that loot with us? Which is true. Aren't each of those treasure chests worth $1 billion? A billion? Can't blame anyone for wanting to hog it all. Look at Shiki, bruh. Shiki about to do something nasty. Yeah, Shiki about to do something. I can tell. Shiki just looked. Shiki about to do something nasty. I know it. Shiki a rat too. Yeah, he about to do something. You can't, Vice Admiral. That's one of the world's overseers. It looks like a pest to me. Look at Garp running. Garp's actually running towards Saturn. Save some for me, Rocks. Kaido, you damn brat. I'll kill you. You jealous? Check this out. Rah. This is my catch, Garp. Galaxy Impact. Divine Departure. Pandemonium of the Abyss. Shattering Void. Ikoku Sovereignty. Drag. What is going on? They all attacked Imu at once. That is a lot. Galaxy. So we have Galaxy Impact, Ikoku Sovereignty. That's Big Mom. What is Shattering Void? I guess that's Whitebeard. Pandemonium of the Abyss has to be Rocks, and Divine Departure has to be Roger. Okay. Okay, so that's crazy. Kaido just named it Dragon. This is toxic. So okay, so now everyone's getting hit with Conqueror's Haki. What was that? Is this the start of Armageddon or something? Look alive. The treasure flew all over the place. Pick it up. Da ha ha. You never miss a beat, eh, Rayleigh? A pirate's priorities never waver. Yeah ha ha. Okay, so everyone's pilfering. That was intense. Huff huff. Is the baby... Huh? What? Where did it go? How did that baby survive that? You know what? I'm gonna let it go. That's fine. Goo goo ga. So the baby goes into the treasure chest. Okay, so that's probably how Shanks escaped. All right, cool. It's too late. It's too late to throw it up. Then pay me back. They're still fighting over it. There they are, far away in the forest running. Crack, crack. My one attack was all that it took. No way, it was all me. Hey, don't tell me you're a new branch of the Davy clan. The woman and her child. Frantically trying to survive. Such dangerous lives must not be set loose. Stop it. What are you trying to do? Huh? Swoosh, swoosh. What is going on? It will not be Mu who acts. What is this? It doesn't hurt, or even an inch. Thou shalt be the one to exterminate them. Go forth and slay your wife and child. Huh? That's absurd. What are you talking about? Domi Reversi. this is so bad, nigga. Oh my God, that is so bad. That is so bad. That's so bad. That is so bad. That is bad. That is so bad. That is bad. Ugh. Jesus is Lord, man. Jesus, man. All right. Where do I begin? Well, I don't know what's gonna happen next chapter. I don't know how he's gonna do this. But I will say this. I did not like Domi Reversi when it was introduced in the first place. I did not like Domi Reversi when it was introduced in the first place. But, and people can say this was coming. And it's a case of, yeah, you could tell that it was coming. But there has to be some sort of like limit to it, right? There's got to be some sort of limit to this. And this is me. This is not me. My agenda hat's not on right now, right? Because if there was agenda, I'd be focusing on Garp and be like, all right, whatever, right? I'm not. This is not agenda anymore. This is like just purely on a narrative scale here. Like, if Rox, who's what we consider is probably the strongest character that we've seen in the story up to this point, if he can get Domi reversed, everybody can get Domi reversed, including Luffy. So if Luffy, we say only Luffy. So is it the fact that only Luffy is immune because of his Devil Fruit? Is that it? And if that's the case, I mean, it makes sense because Emu is technically the god of this world, so obviously he can do whatever he wants, and the only one that can oppose him would be someone with that fruit, right? That could be the case, I guess. Bro, honestly, I don't know. I really don't know. I think for me personally, I don't like it. If I'm gonna be honest, I don't like. I don't like the reversal. I think I'm gonna hypnotize whoever I can. I don't like that either. I can control whoever I want. Right? I was never the biggest fan of it, right? If you guys like it, that's fine. If you like it, that's fine. It reminds me, if anything, it reminds me of Makima from Chainsaw Man. But to me, it's lame. So far, it's lame, right? Right, and that's why I said you're just gonna have to see what he's gonna do with this afterwards. But I personally, I'm not okay with it. I guess it's more because How is Rocks? What is so scary about the Davy clan that Emu feels threatened by them if Emu could just control them? Right? And then to people that are saying just be patient, like, I get it. It's easy for you to say just be patient because you're not the one sitting in front of 2,600 people that are here to hear your thoughts on the story. It's easy for you to say patient because no, you don't have to explain how you feel and what you're thinking about to anybody. There's 2,500 people here, and I'm here to explain what I'm thinking. So please do not tell me to be patient when it is literally my service to you guys to explain to you what is going on as I just read the chapter. Like, I just read the chapter. It's my first thoughts. And at some point, guys, we gotta grow up. And we gotta have grace. We gotta have grace for people at some point in time. And my first thought is this is ass. And you're saying analyze the chapter. Is that not what we're doing right now? Is that not what we're doing? You're explaining it terribly. You just don't like what I have to say. That's completely fine. So if you don't like what I have to say, please feel free to leave. Like, you don't have to stay here. If you don't want to hear me out, you don't need to be here. If you don't want to hear my thoughts, you can comfortably leave. I'm not going to lose any sleep if you leave. At all. If you unsubscribe, I'm not going to lose any sleep. At all. So I'm not going to be ashamed of how I feel about this. So please just leave. If you don't have anything nice to say at all, you can leave. I don't care. I really don't. So at this one point, like, to me, I don't like it. I do not like it. I don't like it. And I'm really trying to gather my thoughts here because instantly I'm thinking to myself, like, all right, we're going to have a clash. We're going to have maybe a reveal, maybe just some dialogue into what's going on between the two, an expose about the Davy clan, something, a battle, a fight. But instead, Rox gets Mickey'd. And then Rox is going to be the one that kills his family. And Rox dies a sympathetic character, which we expected to happen. And Rox has been framed as an antagonist the entire time. So I don't. And then and Rox wasn't a total saint. That's fine, right? But at this point, can you even call Rox an antagonist? Would you even call Rox a bad guy at this point? I mean, that's the thing, right? Thank you. Some of them finally, the words you used, anticlimactic. Incredibly anticlimactic. That is the word. That is the word I was looking for. This is so anticlimactic. The setup, the grand scale, everything. So then here's the thing. How have we gone from Rox being a villain, bad, to he's neutral? How did we get there? There is, people only think Rocks is neutral because there's a much worse evil. When was he betrayed as a villain? I don't know, when he killed an admiral and married Joa? Rocks isn't neutral, he's a good guy? I don't even think, I just don't think that's true. Like, he pulled up to Elbaf and stabbed Loki and then attacked him to get Harold to come out. I'm sorry, but good people don't do that. That's not a good person. And I like Rocks. Rocks wiped out 5 cities. Yeah, he wiped out 5 cities. So when is stabbing children ever mean you're a good guy? What do you find as a good guy? Someone who doesn't stab kids. Someone that doesn't attack children to get someone else's attention. That's somebody who I'd consider not a good guy. I think that's pretty straightforward. I don't think I can spell it out more than that. And he's a pirate. He's not a villain. He's a criminal, man. At the end of the day, he's a criminal. That's it. It's just that the world government is worse. I think we can all agree on that. I think we can all agree on that. I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that the world government is worse. Rocks is not a good person, but it doesn't make him a villain. I don't think he was even written as a villain, because if he was a villain in this story, there'd have to be someone that he's directly antagonizing. And he's not really directly antagonizing any character that's been highlighted, except for the fact that he's directly antagonizing the world. If there's one thing that we can say, Rocks is directly antagonizing the world. And we're not talking about world in terms of Marines. I'm talking about he's antagonizing civilizations. He's destroyed cities. He's stolen treasure. As far as I'm concerned, let me ask y'all something. If I go into a Walmart and steal $500 worth of things, would I not be a villain in the eyes of Walmart? Would I not be a criminal? If I'm notorious for stealing things, if all I do is run around, if I'm a thief, would I get punished by the court of law? Yes or no? So what does that make me? It makes me a criminal. It's not a punishable offense. Last time I checked, theft is a crime. $500 is too low to be punished? Is it? Maybe I don't know the court of law. Maybe I don't know. I mean, theft is a crime. At the end of the day, it's a petty crime, but it's a crime. So does Roger? I don't think Roger's a good guy either. Roger killed Squad's crew. Not all criminals are bad guys, and I can agree with that statement. Right? Warner Mobius, I understand that point. It depends on how good your lawyer is. Yes, it does. So my point here, I just don't know where we're going with Rocks. And I guess my greater point is that Blackbeard is obviously what you would consider not a good person. I think most people would consider Blackbeard not a good person. So, and then there's the whole debate about Rocks being ashamed of his son. But then the way the trend is going right now, right? If you deem, and here's something I want the chat to really think about it for a second. If Blackbeard is not a good person according to you guys' morals, but then you see how Blackbeard had to witness his father kill his mother and it's the fault of the world government, and everything that he does is out of revenge, and then he becomes a sympathetic character, will you be okay with that? Would you guys be okay with that if Blackbeard becomes a sympathetic character the way Rox has become one? Because this seems to be a trend with Oda right now, that he's going to turn every pirate into a sympathetic character. Doesn't justify killing Whitebeard, doesn't justify killing Thatch. Yes, as long as he's still evil. What if Oda makes him not evil? Because right now, it really could be the case that he's not gonna make him evil. I don't see the most that could happen. What I'd be fine with Blackbeard is him being more of the Dofi route, where you can see why he did what he did, but at the end of the day, he's still not a good person. Like, Dofi's not a good person. And Oda did Dofi correctly. You can see why he did what he did, but he's not a good person. Dofi really wasn't a good person to begin with, to be honest. That's not happening. I mean, are you paying attention to how Oda's writing the story, y'all? Would you be okay with Luffy teaming up with Blackbeard? I don't think I would be. I don't know. I don't know, man. People do show sympathy to Griffith. I get that. So, Dave, that's a great point. You say Blackbeard is a piece of shit, but he's a pirate. What do people expect? But the way Oda's writing this story, pirate is so open-ended. People in this community think pirates are the good guys. I'll be reading super chat soon, guys. Sorry. I just need to process my thoughts right now because I'm really trying to process what's going on here. Like, I really am. Because if I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't know how I feel, and this is very anticlimactic. Your community is giving trash takes. I mean, I think we as a community just give weird takes. Right? You're going on a slippery slope. I'm never not on a slippery slope with this community. I've been hated, loved, and hated again, and loved and hated again, man. It don't matter. It just don't matter. Not sure why people think Zebek is a sympathetic person. What is that comment? He's just trying to save his family. So that's what I'm thinking. And here's an analogy. Here's a great analogy, right? And here's where, let me break this down for you guys. Roger, Whitebeard, Big Mom, Rox, Kaido, all of these pirates, right? All of these pirates are criminals in the eyes of the world, in the eyes of the Marines, in the eyes of the civilians, in the eyes of the public, right? We have this. We have the world government who are presenting themselves as justice, but they are morally corrupt. They are just morally corrupt. They are probably more evil than everyone else, right? We can all agree on those statements. Do we agree on those statements, chat? Right? Pirates are criminals. Most of the world believes they're criminals. The world government is morally corrupt and the true evil and the true enemy of the world. And the Marines are kind of just caught in between the two. Can we all agree on that, first and foremost, before we go any further? And pirates believe they're criminals as well, but like, can we agree on that first? Because if we agree on that, then we can move forward. Whitebeard is a criminal. Whether we like it or not, he is a criminal. Okay, I'm seeing mostly yeses. I can take mostly of the yeses. Okay. So, in that case, here's where I don't want to get into headcanon, right? Because headcanon is dangerous, and I know we do agenda, and that's funny, and that's fine, but I'm trying to take things seriously here. When we're thinking about what a pirate does, Basic definition of what a pirate normally does. They take what they want, they fight who they want, and they sail around the seas and go wherever they want, right? That's it. So if they take what they want, they'll take things that aren't theirs. If they're attacking who they want, they may attack somebody who doesn't deserve to be attacked, right? People don't die in One Piece. You can imply someone dies. Roger killed Squart's crew. We don't know why, but he did it. He killed him. Rocks killed an admiral. Big Mom ate her family. Kaido's toxic. Whitebeard, don't know if he's really killed anybody. It's not really confirmed, so we can probably put Whitebeard to the side. Okay, we can put Whitebeard to the side for the sake of it. I'm building this up for a reason, right? I'm building this up for a reason. Most of the time, people that do bad things are not really bad people. When you see them do things that are good, it's because they do have a capacity to do good things. Not everyone is completely bad. There's no one really in the story that up to this point, maybe except for like the Celestial Dragons and Emu, that are like 100% bad. Like, I'd even give the Celestial Dragons like 98% bad, right? Emu, we'll give Emu 100%. Gorosei, we'll give him 99.7%, right? So what we're talking about here is, are you more bad than good, or are you more good than bad? The reason I'm painting this is because when you think about, and for those guys who have watched Narcos, right? For example, in Narcos, Pablo Escobar is a family man. He loves his wife, he loves his children, he loves his mother. And there's a scene where Pablo Escobar has his family taken, and he'll do anything to save his family. In that moment, Pablo is a father and a husband, and it's good that he wants to protect his father and husband. But at the end of the day, if you see him fighting against people that have taken his wife, say a rival that's taken his wife, you could, if all we see is Pablo going after his wife and his children and his mother, and that's all we're seeing and that's all we're showing, people are gonna think, wow, this Pablo, he's a drug dealer, he's a warlord, but low key, he's really not that bad of a guy. You know what? Pablo Escobar might be an anti-hero. But what we don't know is that he's killed scores of people, that he's blew up an entire plane to kill one politician. But it's all about perspective. So if you're just seeing the perspective of Pablo when he's being good, it's easy to say Pablo's a good person. Why? Because people that work for Pablo, he's never been violent to them, so to them, he'd think he's good. To the people that are in Pablo's camp and never see the bad side of him, they will think he's good. But there are things that he's done that other people will see and say, no, he's not a good person. So now we're at that point where it's like, it's all a matter of your perspective. So what Oda does is he shows you the good in a lot of these characters, which is okay because it's writing and this is Oda's story. And that's, you can't just, I mean, some people do it, but that's not how Oda writes. That's just not how he's written Pirates. It's not. But with a character like Rocks, and Pablo is more bad than good. I'm just using that as an example. Right? That's what I'm saying. So, think about it this way. If Rocks is someone that has murdered an admiral, and someone sees that, the admiral's family, his peers, Rocks is a bad guy, period. To us, we don't like the world government. We think the Marines are the enemy. So to us, oh, he's not that bad of a guy. So what if he murdered an admiral? He's not that bad. What do you mean? Do you see how weird that is? Rocks murdered a police officer. He's not a bad guy. We don't know who the admiral is. We don't know what he did. But at the end of the day, once you murder somebody, you're most likely going to be more on the bad side than the good. So if Rocks is more on the bad side than the good, right? Murder is always bad. You take the life of somebody else, you are not a good person. I'm sorry. You can't call yourself a good person. There's redemption. I agree with redemption. I'm a Christian. We believe in forgiveness. So there's that part. But if we're talking about in the context of this story here, Rock's right now, and he's not apologizing for killing that admiral. You think Rox cares? So that's where, and so the point I'm trying to make here now is that it's okay that Rox is sympathetic because that's our perspective. But at the end of the day, Rox is a bad person. So where I'm going with this is now we get to Blackbeard. And we're saying Rox would be ashamed of Blackbeard. I don't think that's the case. I do not think Rox would be ashamed of Blackbeard because Rox's morality has not shown that he would be ashamed of Blackbeard, because if Rox can casually kill another person and show no remorse, why would he be ashamed of Blackbeard? Why? Why would he be? Especially if Rox hears his reason, I don't see why he would be. To be fair, Rox might even tell Teach, why is it cold already? That's all I'm saying. Because he's a devil fruit merchant? Hey, man, it is what it is. Means to an end. Maybe Rox killed the admiral to escape. Means to an end. Is what Rox did killing that admiral any different than Blackbeard killing Thatch because he had the devil fruit? At the end of the day, they both used murder as a means to an end. That's what I think. Now, him killing Whitebeard is a little different story. Well, that was also a means to an end, but that's a little more vile. I ain't gonna lie. Necessity is different from devious planning. I don't think he always planned. So here's the thing. I don't think he always planned to kill Thatch. I think Thatch just got unlucky. Thatch got unlucky. Thatch just got unlucky. To the viewers, that's way different? Maybe. Wrong place, wrong time. Thatch is just unlucky. I ain't gonna lie to you. You hate to see it with Thatch. He didn't plan to kill Thatch, but once Thatch took that fruit, he was like, hey man, we just gotta get rid of you. It is what it is. Now, let me ask y'all something. Who are Rock's friends? And I'm going to read the super chats. Thank you everybody for donating. I'm going to read the super chats. I'm still trying to get my thoughts clear. You guys have donated so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Because to me, Rox's only friends is Harold. Nobody on the Rox Pirates are his friends. I don't even think Rox considers them friends. So how can you say Rox values his friends when he's only got one? Eris and Teach, those are his kids. That's different. That's completely different. Jay, you need to stop creating drama out of everything, bruh. It's getting a bit too emotional and personal at times. Chicos, I think you're the one who's being emotional. You're typing in caps. And I think I'm talking very calmly. Just because I'm a passionate talker doesn't mean I'm creating drama. So I just would like you to calm down, please. As far as I'm concerned, I'd like to say I've been pretty calm. You guys have seen me crash out. I'd like to think I'm being pretty calm. I'm annoyed. I'm frustrated. You know what I'm saying? I just don't like it. That's it. So if people are getting triggered because I don't like it, that's fine. You know what's wild? I'm very surprised that people are so upset that I don't like a piece of fiction. Let's turn it around. Why are you so upset that I don't like this piece of fiction? What is it about me not liking this that's bothering you guys? You know? What is it about me not liking this? Yeah, if you consume media differently, I think that's normal. I don't think we can all think the same way. I think me calling it anticlimactic is super premature. You know, Chaos Pudding, it might be. It might actually be premature. But do I not have the right to change my opinion? If I'm reacting to something, right? I think I have a right to say how I feel in that moment. Two things can be true. I could be frustrated in that moment, and what happens later could change my opinion. Two things can be true. And if you can't have grace for people doing that, then you're holding them to a much higher standard than to what you would hold yourself. And think about that. I think you got to give it a week. That's fine. I can give it a week, but I can also say I don't like it until I see it next week. You know? But right now I don't like it. I do not like it. I don't like Domi Reversal. I don't think I've ever liked Domi Reversal. I think it's tacky. I think it's cheap. And we're going to have to wait for an explanation. I think I find the regen of the Holy Knights, it makes me, because normally with people who have regen powers, they're normally just really hard to kill but very weak, right? And I think it can drag on, and it makes fights drag on. It makes a lot of attacks that you want to be happy and joyous about, but it makes you feel as though, okay, so this is useless. So like, for example, right? Let's go to the big double page spread, right? Of Garp, Kaido, Whitebeard, Roger, everybody hitting Emu, right? At the end of the day, the attack is cool. It's really, really cool. But because we know Emu's gonna regen, and for the fact that it did nothing, it makes me look at that panel and be like, oh, this is so cool, but it's all wasted. And you may not feel that way, but that's how I feel. Because when I see the attack, I'm like, man, how much damage did this do? Oh, it did no damage. Oh, wow. And it's anticlimactic. And then, you know what it would be? It'd be one thing if Emu parried all of those attacks, then you'd be like, oh my God, Emu's busted. Whoa. Because you appreciate the scale of the attack, but then Emu blocking it would be like, all right, hold on now. Emu built different. And you have a completely different reaction. Completely different reaction. But because it hits and then he's like, LOL, I'm back, then it's different. Then it's different. You know? Let me read some super chats because I know I've missed a few, you guys, and I don't want you guys to go without your super chats being read. We got $2 from I Am Maximum Stupid. $2. Yo, I'm gonna shout out my boy Oda is a rat. Thank you for the $2. Shout out to Uncle for the being a member of 12 months. It's confirmed in Japanese. Cold. Thank you, Uncle. That's amazing. We have Light to Riser, member for 7 months. Kid inherited the will of Captain John. Yes, a loser. Iro 10800. Is being one shot even a slander anymore? I just think Oda sucks at drawing fights, so just everything ends up being an off-screen and one shot post Wano. Hey, listen, if I speak, bro, I'll be in big trouble. King G, Domi Reversi only works in their homeland, Elbaf and God Valley. Could explain why Emu hates pirates, since naturally they don't stay tied to their homes. Well, King G, I mean, that's his headcanon, so I don't know if that's true. I really don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true. It's not ridiculous to say, but I don't know if that's true. Race Lucas, $10. The flashback, the fall of Rocks and Harrow, the motivation for Loki wanting to destroy the world. Interesting. Okay, not bad. We'll see how Loki responds to this. Jam Mac. Shadow for $9. Thanks, Jam Mac. Shadow Bum can't throw hands. Two Trick Pony. Rock still the GOAT. I agree. King G. Domi reversal in Latin is I returned home. Emperor Beast Kaido. Domi reversal means return home in Spanish. Harold was turned at home. Rocks at home. Pirates take to sea. Leave their homes one piece. Maybe. Okay. We might be reaching a bit, but I mean, if there's a credence to the theory, we'll see if that's true. Kenneth Bridgewater, 2009, $5. Do you think Emu's back has hurt him from carrying the world government on his back for 800 years? I think so, because they're just not doing good right now. Real Steel PC, I think Emu is hockey itself. That's an interesting take. It's very Magi Magoi. Hockey ain't transcending-ish. $2 from, yeah, it's not, because hockey should have you know what? Never mind. Thank you, Meacham, for the $2. Vagabond 6614, $5. Grace goes both ways. You got to give grace for Oda. Have an opinion, but we have to be fair to Oda and let him tell his story. I mean, I don't think that's a bad take. And that's why I'm still reading the story. Right? Vagabond, I'd say that's why I'm reading the story, because if I didn't give him grace, I'd stop reading. I'd drop the series. Me continuing to read, I'm not continuing to read One Piece to hate read. And it's so weird. I actually think some people think I read One Piece to hate read. I think people think I read One Piece to disrespect their opinions, to mock One Piece, to mock Oda. And I just think that's really weird. I don't see the point of me doing this for the last 6 years, consistently staying on a stream, answering questions. And I'm not saying you said that, Vagabond, by the way, because that's not what you said. I'm just talking about what I've been hearing lately. That's not why I read it. I hear a lot of comments like, oh, you're doing this for money. No, I'm not. Because if I was doing this for money, I would just lie. I'd say, this is amazing. Do you know how easy it is to just say a bunch of positive things about One Piece and get likes and views? Do you know how easy it would be for me to just make some bullshit theory and talk about how great Wano is? How does me slandering Wano put more money in my pockets? I hope people know this isn't my full-time job. I've worked a 9 to 5 the entire time I do this. This is not my main source of income. I don't do this full time. I don't need the money. I do this because I love it. I do this because I'm a good content creator. That's it. And I'm just saying that to set the record straight. If you can hear this and then still have your opinion, by all means do that. But to say I'm doing this for money doesn't make any sense, because then I'd rather just be a grifter. That's it. Sometimes you sound like Skip Bayless talking about LeBron. That's how I sound when I talk about Dragon, to be fair, Vagabond. Sometimes the agenda blurs with reality. I don't watch too often. So that might be what it is. You may not watch often enough. But Vagabond, I do this quite a bit. I always tell people, I think it's very clear to see when I'm being serious and when I'm not being serious. But I think a lot of people don't understand when I'm being serious and when I'm not, and that's probably what's happening. Right now, I'm being very serious. Right now, I'm being very serious. I don't think you've heard any agenda whatsoever from me right now. So I want to tell you guys right now, agenda does not blur the lines for me at all. Because if I take off my agenda hat, it's very obvious Dragon has to do something. But saying he doesn't do anything in Stair East is hilarious. Now, for me saying Kid is trash is not, it's agenda, and he's also trash in general. So that's not, you might even say that might join, but Kid is trash, period. That's not agenda, that's hatred. I don't like him. I don't like that character. He's trash. He's just not good. I can tell you're serious. You're serious, Pookie. Pookie is crazy. You don't want the extra bag? No. Because what's the point of making money being inauthentic? Because then I have to keep it up. Here's the hard thing, guys, is sometimes you have to understand that not saying how you really feel will take its toll on you and it'll affect other areas of your life. If I can't openly tell you guys what's going on, that's going to affect me personally. And I can't afford to do that. I got to be honest. I got to be honest, y'all. Yeah, Pookie's crazy. I don't know why he did that, but he's feeling himself, I guess. I'm doing good. Thank you, man. I hope you're doing good. You elite hate watching? Yeah. If you wanna get mad at me for hating Kid, I think you're well within your meaning. Any Kid fans that hate me, you're well within your rights to do it. You're well within your rights. In my opinion, your audience is separated with accepting your serious side and some only for agenda. Yeah. I do think there's people that would sub to me if I only stayed serious. And I think there are some people that would sub to me if I only stuck to agenda. But I can't keep both people happy. I can't keep both people happy. I mean, that's it. I mean, I chose this life, man. At the end of the day, I can't stop people from criticizing. I can't. I can do my best to answer. And sometimes I can't answer. Okay, so let's keep reading. Oh, by all means, Vagabond, disagree with me. I encourage disagreements, as long as we're having a conversation and communication. As long as we can communicate and talk about it, I'm okay if you disagree with me. I'm completely okay if you disagree with me. Okay, so now first I've been getting called Pookie, and now I'm getting called Boo Boo Bear. What is going on here? What is going on here? We're losing recipes, chat. What are we doing? All right, what are we doing, man? What are we doing? We're losing control. Could you please give him a proper answer? Who am I giving a proper answer to? Senku, who? The Domi reversal happened way too quick and way too easy from SVG for the win 3-5-1. I agree. Iro with the $5. It's lazy writing. Oda had to make Rocks evil in God Valley, but wrote himself into a corner and needed to make Rocks bad quick power. Interesting. Appreciate that, Bony Face. Diesel Patches, you know better. Stop doing that. Cutie patootie. Braga went live. Yeah. Thanks, Fundraiser. I appreciate it. Okay, so now we just getting freaky. Y'all need to settle down. Y'all out of line. Y'all begging it. What would the alternative to Domi reversal be in that scene? So Hassan, do you really want me to answer that? Because I don't want to get... First of all, you don't have to spam. You don't have to spam. I read it. Please settle down. If you want me to answer that question, don't get mad at me and say, I think I'm better than Oda. If I answer that, I don't want to hear anyone, oh, Jay, you think you can write better than Oda? Right? So for me personally, I don't think I would have done Domi reversal. I actually think I would have given Emu a power that could render Rocks useless. And once he renders Rocks useless with his normal power and he's defeated, then he Domi reversals him. Because at that point, Evu has proven himself as a threat. And when Rocks is weak and cannot resist, using Domi reversal seems a little bit more acceptable than just him Domi reversing a fully healthy Rocks that's ready to fight and ready to tango. Because at that point, it just seems Mickey. Because Emo has to have some sort of power. Maybe take away hockey. I don't know. He's got to have something. He said, like Pokemon? I guess so. I guess so. That's what, to me, it would have at least made a little bit more sense. It would have made a little bit more sense. Because then it's just like, well, nobody, and I guess nobody is supposed to oppose Emu. And you could say it that way, like he's top one. He's supposed to be able to do that, but Domi reversal happens when you are in a shocked mental state. I don't know if I'd call him in a shocked mental state. But maybe. I don't know, man. Stop it. What are you trying to do? I mean, he was swinging frantically. Yeah, I'll do the stock market in a bit, man. I gotta read some super chats more. Quietly, it's a 2-pack, cool AF, but a 2-pack no less. I agree. Quietly, Rich B didn't feel one way or the other about Domi reversal, but it can work on top tiers easy as it looks. Utterly garbage. I'm sorry, it is. I mean, I think it's just the fact that, well, what? Okay. One could say Emu's supposed to be untouchable, but like, how? I don't know, man. It's cheap for someone as prestigious as Rocks to be Mickey like that. Like, does that mean Zoro and Sanji can get Domi reversaled? Why didn't he just Domi reversal Roger? I guess it's the home thing, maybe. Maybe it's the home thing. Maybe you guys are right. Maybe it's home tax. Maybe. But let me ask y'all something. What if it wasn't homeland tax? How would you feel if it wasn't homeland tax? Some said it's dog shit. So we're going with the homeland. So that's it. So at this, so here's something I can admit to you guys, right? Here's something I want to say to you guys. We have a theory. The theory is not confirmed, but you're going with it. But since we don't know, and if this is all we know, that he can just Domi reversal Rocks, in this moment in time, without the context of a theory that's not confirmed, how do you feel about Domi reversal? Without the theory. Because we don't know yet. That's what I want to ask people. Because it's okay to we all cope. We all cope. We all cope. It's fine. Coping is it's human nature. We cope, right? Man. People saying boring, broken, feels too OP ability. It's a little overpowered. Emu is the new U-Watch. So that's actually a good. That's actually a good statement. Emu feels very U-Watch. Yuha Bach from Bleach. Because at what point, when does it end? When does it end? Because one of the things I really hated about Yuha Bach was his fight against Ichibei. And how strong and broken Ichibei was, but it just did not matter. And he just cheesed Ichibei. Cheesed him. It was so Mickey. And I'm still mad at it because Ichibei was so clean. And then Yuwatch was like, Mickey. Now, Yuwatch was cold. And Yuwatch wasn't his full self yet. So you were able to see Yuwatch actually fight, get damaged, all that other stuff like that. So at least you struggled for it first, which makes this different. And you actually liked Yuwatch. Well, yeah. Breaking the Bankai before it happened, that was stupid. That was anticlimactic. That was exactly. When you all broke Ichigo's Bankai, I was like, bro, what are we reading, nigga? Like, what is going on? You just want Emu to earn the win? I guess so. I guess so. Then so far, what's your opinion on Emu overall? Boring. Emu's boring. Emu's boring. What is there to like about Emu? What is Emu? What is Emu's personality? Why is Emu speaking in King James English? What is there to like about Emu? It's a child? Maybe. But what child speaks in King James English? Young Sheldon? Maybe. Well, we don't even know Emu's design. Actual design. Most people think Emu's Lily. I think Emu's took over Lily's body. That's my headcanon. Can we trade? We can trash on Emu, but come on, we all know. So I agree. So Alec, when I say that, I'm talking about currently. Right now, Emu is kind of mid from what we've seen. Not even mid. It's just not yet. All right. Vagabond. When did Emu ever state he was a pure villain? That was always from the Marines' viewpoint. Of course, they're gonna see him as a villain. I think they're right to see him as a villain. To be honest, I think that's where we kind of disagree. Vagabond is. I don't think the Marines are wrong for viewing Rox as a villain. He killed their peer. He's a villain. I think that's pretty straightforward. He killed a comrade in arms. He's a villain to them. I think that's very normal. I think that's very justifiable. And I think Oda, I don't know, man. I don't know. My prediction was that Rox gets reversied and does a nutty Professor John English gimmick and does seppuku. I could see that. And I mean, all right, man. In D&D terms, he's chaotic neutral. Maybe. I don't know. I don't play D&D like that. Stand type, $5. Would it be a problem if they reverse him back since Domi reversal is based off a board game? Likely won't happen, but make this better. I guess stand type. I'm not sure. Quinn Lanvos Nak Moy. That's why this chapter was good for sparking this type of dialogue. Oda making us think. I mean, if that's how you want cope, I guess. At least there's discussion, right? I'm always here for discussion. I think y'all always try to find a way to prove that you're better than Oda, but all this just overreacting, just fucking deal with it. If Oda wants Imu to be this powerful, I'm sure there's a reason for it. Jesus Christ. So, and Anonymous, do you just want me to, what are you stating? What would you like me to do? And Anonymous, I guess that's my question. What would you prefer that I do? And I'm asking genuinely because when I see comments like that, I do see a lot of comments like that. I guess it's like, what would you like me to do? And I'm being genuine here. I'm not even attacking you. I don't want anyone in the chat to attack him. I really am just curious because I want to see, I want to know what the motivation and the thought process is behind statements like that. Because the comment is very, it's very aggressive. What would you prefer? Or what do you think I should do? What should I do? Don't crash out? Does it look like I crashed out, Skinner? I don't know, man. I guess he's not here. Kenneth Bridgewater 2009. On a real note, if flipping folks is one of his main attacks, then there's a chance someone close to Luffy will be flipped. A Straw Hat family member, even his hero Shanks, could be the last flip. That's possible. That's actually possible. Jay, I know where you are coming from. Hold on, I didn't read a statement. You stated that you wished Imu at least to weaken Rock so that he can Domi reverse him, but the way Oda is writing the story, he wants Imu to be seen as the bigger threat here. Even if it overshadows Rocks, who has been built to be an unbeatable force. Oda has his reasons, I'm sure, but my comment was not meant to insult you. It's just that sometimes all of us overreact. I agree that sometimes we overreact as well, and I'm sure Oda does have his reasons. I'd be shocked if he doesn't have his reasons. I just think it's also okay. I think it's okay to say I disagree with Oda's decision. I think Oda's a better writer than me. I think he has written a great story. I love One Piece. I've followed it for 20 years at this point. But I disagree with this decision. And I personally, I'm not a fan of this. I disagree with the decision he's making here. I disagree. I very much disagree with the decision he's making here. And I think that's okay to say. I think that's okay to say. Because I think it's one thing, and I think to even add to that, overpowered characters are very hard to write. Writing an overpowered character is very hard. It's not easy, and there's a lot of great mangaka that don't do it well. I think Kubo struggled with Yuwatch, right? I think what's his name? The guy who wrote Naruto. Kishimoto struggled. He was doing great with Madara, and then it kind of got Mickey'd a little bit. Mashima struggled with it, right? These are elite mangaka. I mean, God, Horikoshi struggled with it with All for One. right? Writing overpowered characters is very difficult. Sukuna, another one, right? The only ones I can think of that were handled well, I mean, like, Meruem is one of the best handled overpowered characters just because it made sense why he didn't go out to destroy someone immediately. So he allowed the protagonist in that moment to have enough shine but ultimately lose because Meruem was just that strong. And I think my point is that I don't think Rox had enough opportunity to shine before Imu showed how overpowered he is. And it seemed just very anticlimactic. I think it just seemed very anticlimactic. And I just don't, and it's not easy to do. I don't think Oda's infallible. I don't think Oda is always going to get everything right. And to me, I think Oda got this wrong, but he could rectify it, and then I could be wrong. And two things can be true. I also think Oda's handled Rox really well up to this point. I don't know where he's going to take it, but right now, the signs aren't looking good to me. They're not. I don't like it either, Jay. I was actually upset at the end, but like I said, I'm sure there's a reason. Although if we look at it, what this route does for Rox's character, it's pretty solid because Rox is a criminal and having to kill his family is like irony or karma striking back at him. I mean, I don't think that's a bad take. I think from an ironic standpoint, I disagree with that. I agree with that. I personally, it hurts me that Rox is someone that cares about his family so much that he'd have to kill them rather than him sacrificing himself for his family. And maybe it's a case that he just ends up sacrificing himself for his family anyway. I think maybe if it was handled differently, I would have been okay with it. To me, it's not. I don't think it was ever out of the realm of possibility of him using Domi reversal. I just don't think so. I don't think it was ever out of the realm of possibility. What about Meliodas? I think Meliodas was handled a little weird too, if I'm going to be honest with you. I think it was handled a little bit weird too. The reason Odin isn't a letdown is his sacrifice. Jay can't read from next chapter. No, I can't. Check Twitter. L opinion, this is a 10 out of 10 chapter. I don't know if I give it 10 out of 10. Conky is another OP villain, demise done right. I don't know if I'd call Conky OP. Because Riboku's OP. Now, Hoken. Okay. So, the funny thing is I appreciate people that are upset and angry, but if you're willing to explain your point, then I will hear you out. And that's something that I at least try to do. That's it. Now, if you're just hurling insults, then you're not here to have a conversation. You're here to rage bait. That, I'm just not going to acknowledge that. You're just here to rage bait. Talk about Garp. I'm holding off on Garp first because I really wanted to get this out first. Thoughts on Tokyo Ghoul? I liked it. If anything, I need to reread it. There's a lot of series that I need to reread again now that I'm making content on other series. Let me continue some of these super chats because I know some of y'all. We have Neo. We have Neo Tequila. $5. 5 Canadian dollars. Zebek will attack his family. Roger and Garp will stop him. Eris will die. Zebek wakes up and lets himself be killed. Not bad. Not bad. I mean, yeah, it is. I'll talk about Garp, guys. Give me 1 second. I gotta get to these super chats. Hi, Glam. I gotta get to these super chats. $20. Divine Senkai. Longtime fan. Jay, first time super chat. I'd say Rox's actions depends on the context. We saw him raiding an island, but it turned out that the people on the island were embezzling money and taking it away from charity. I mean, they both not good people. That's how I see it. Kenneth Bridgewater, $5. Rox isn't kin to Luffy, so his fall won't be epic. Will be tragic. Yes, I agree. Miguel Castillo, $5. Does Dom have anything to do with a person's emotions? Emu mentioned his family right before he Mickeyed him. Shout out to the Rat King. Thank you, Miguel Castillo. Possibly. That's possible as well. I think that's possible as well. We have Couch Radis, $5. Since I see Domi Reversal as emo manipulating people by making base temptations overpower reason, let's find out if Rox chooses power over his family. We'll have to see. Javier Logan, $10. Domi Reversal is cheap, but it fits Emu's devil imagery. That being said, Emu taking over Rox's body in front of everyone and the ability only being able to be used on his homeland is bad writing. Interesting. I'd like you to expand on that, Javier Logan. I don't know if I necessarily disagree. Interesting. That's interesting. Lilo's Adventure. Have a good stream, bro. $2. Thank you, Lilo's. I appreciate that. Brago just finished the chapter. His face is disgusted. I'm not surprised. He probably reacted the same way I did. Which was, what is this BS? Trust me. Quietly. Shout out to Big Quietly, my GOAT. Rox got Domi reversal because he was the weakest out of Roger, him, and Whitebeard. I get it now. Behave. Stop. He's begging it. You see, chat, when you see super chats like that, this is what begging looks like. He's begging it. Begging it. This is beg central. Don't beg it like that, Quietly. I know where you are. I'm looking at where you're at right now. Don't beg it. Don't beg it. You can tell him that, Glam. Vagabond, you've been calm. I'm okay with your opinion, but I disagree with your opinion. We're just limited by chat. That's fair. I appreciate you, Vagabond. $10 from Kenneth Bridgewater. Luffy is a criminal. Yes, he helps folks from time to time, but One Piece is a criminal story. Luffy wants to be the the king of criminals. He rides around knocking his ops out there and fighting the law. Hey, Kenneth, I ain't gonna lie. I think you understand One Piece pretty well, buddy. You know what? Ooh, you know what? I'll start upsetting people. It's Luffy being the king of the criminals. I'm not even gonna call them pirates. I'm just gonna call them criminals. Because that's what pirates are. Pirates are criminals at the end of the day. The king of criminals. That's it. Luffy is a criminal. That's not agenda. That's fact. Luffy is a criminal. They are labeled criminals? No, Luffy is a criminal by a definition. Actually, let's look up the definition of criminal. Definition. A criminal is a person who has committed a crime. Let's look at the Merriam-Webster. Criminal, relating to or involving a crime. Relating to a crime or to the prosecution of suspects in a crime. Guilty of a crime. So then, when it comes to crime, there has to be law. And if Luffy is breaking law, he's a criminal. But then those who create if those who create the laws are corrupt, do we disqualify the law? And I think this is a good conversation for us to have. This is a great conversation for us to have. This is a great conversation, actually. This is a great conversation, actually. This is good. Do we want to have this conversation? Because I think this is a great conversation that we should have. This is a great one. Because think about our world today. Right? Think about our world today. There is no order without law. Law is created from a set of moral values. We've had this discussion before. At the end of the day, your morality is what dictates law. That's how it works. It's your morality, it's morality, values and ethics, law. That's how it works. That's the tree. Morality is at the top, and then it goes down to law. Now, based on that morality, if those who are making law should be absent of the people that actually create the law, because the law should be bet on a set of moral values, right? So my point is, and this is where One Piece is a little interesting. This is where the world is interesting in general. The people that are creating those laws, if they're the ones who are judging morality, the law could be compromised. If the creator does not reflect the morals that he's trying to impose and the values that he's trying to impose, he's corrupt. So then this is where you get into the conversation of, does God exist and does it not exist, right? Because now we're going to get into we're going to get debates of whether God exists or not, right? So this is where we get into a very deep conversation, and it gets very subjective, right? So I think if we're gonna let's say this, right? The people that enforce the law are the Marines and the Navy, right? Those are the ones who enforce the law in the One Piece world. Can we agree to a certain? Can we agree on this point? Majority of the Marines are not bad. Can we agree to that? Can we agree with that? Even though that's not how Oda necessarily always writes the story, a majority of the Marines are not bad. Can we agree to that? Can we agree to that? Most are bystanders, but that's not what we're talking about here. Most of them are good. Okay. If most of them are good and they are enforcing the law, and the law is for the benefit and the safety of the people, do we believe that most of these laws are actually promoting the safety of the civilians? Most. Because then you're talking about taxation and heavenly tribute and all that other stuff, the corruption in the government, that's a different thing, because these guys, yeah. So for the most part, if most of these laws that we have for the benefit of the people, right, and laws should be, some laws can be changed, whatnot. Now we're at a point in time where if there are people that break that law, if people break that law, they are branded as a criminal. The law that's establishing order and peace in a world, even if it's fake peace, if it's peace, kids are being born, kids are being fed, people are going to school, people are living their lives, people are safe to a certain degree. It's for the benefit of the mankind. If there's someone out there that is breaking that law constantly, that makes them a criminal. At the end of the day, because they are opposing the stability of what is making the world run at this moment in time. If that is the case, Luffy is a criminal, because Luffy breaks laws all the time. There may be petty crimes. He may not really be hurting anyone innocent. Although him destroying places is hurting some innocent people, because I'm sure there's some random civilian there that's like, bro, what's going on, man? My house got destroyed. You know what I'm saying? So don't forget the slavery that's going on. So good example is it was against the law in Fishman to help humans. Could we consider that just or fair? Their government wasn't corrupt, just biased from the racism they faced. Well, see, Cedric, that's it. Their law was to protect fishermen. So the morality is that we should not put our citizens in danger or in harm's way. If humans are a direct threat and have been a consistent direct threat to fishermen, that law was put in place to protect their people. That does not make it bad, but it could be outdated because there are some exceptions to the rule. But the world that they've seen up to this point will make that rule just. That's based on what they've experienced. Now, things should change because they should be exposed to the fact that there are a lot of good people out there, right? But there's a lot of minds that need to be changed first. So that's a great example. That's a great example. Because now we're talking about like local branches of governments, right? Because we have the overarching government, which is the world government. Then we got our local branches and the kings and their laws and all that other stuff, right? Because you can have benevolent kings. You can have good leaders, right? Look at Boot Slap, man. Like, he's a good guy. Windmill Village is chilling. They got law there. And if someone breaks the law in Windmill Village, they're a criminal. Fishermen were just isolationists? Yeah. A bunch of laws are morally not acceptable. Luffy breaking those isn't immoral. He shouldn't be criminalized for it. I understand that, but that's the thing. We're not talking about subjectivity here. We are talking about, did Luffy break the law or not? Whether he meant to or not, whether he had a good reason or not, he broke the law. That's why we have judges, because at the end of the day, you have judges for subjectivity. Is Jobo evil for causing the Century War directly or indirectly? I don't know if you'd call him evil, but I could say his decision caused a lot of suffering for a lot of people. And guys, like I said, Luffy breaking people out of jail, actual criminals, murderers, actual bad people. You can't not call him a criminal for doing that, unfortunately. That's kind of inexcusable. In Luffy's mind, he's just trying to save Ace. But the reason Blackbeard was able to get his crew in the first place was indirectly because of Luffy. Crocodile is free. And he's hunting Marines because of Luffy. Like, do people not understand that? Crocodile almost set off a nuclear weapon. He did. He set up a bomb in a country and starved millions of people. And Luffy watched that happen and then freed him. He freed that man that he punched Vivi over. He freed him. But he's not a criminal. Luffy's a political hero, but he freed a terrorist. An actual terrorist that tried to overthrow a government, a benevolent king, and killed scores of people and framed that king. Luffy looked him in the eyes and said, "You can help me save Ace. I don't care about anything you did. I'm going to set you free." At the end of the day, and I'm not saying Luffy's a bad person. That's not the point. And whether Crocodile did that under the world government's protection, that's their corruption. That's the corruption. That's why they abolished it. Code, shout out to Fujitora. Which is why Fujitora, to me, is a great Marine. Because he actually represents what Marines should be. Hey, this is messed up. We shouldn't do this no more. You're right. People can be forgiven, but you can't forgive someone like Croc. Thank you, Cress. I agree. I agree. Luffy saved Alabasta, so it's okay. He did. But then let me ask you something. How would Vivi feel? How would Vivi feel if she found out Luffy freed Crocodile? She might know already, and maybe she doesn't care. But how would you feel? That's what I'm saying. What do I think of this? What am I thinking of what, sir? Vivi not caring would be insane. I don't think Vivi's been shown to care. Vivi knows Igaram questioned the ethics of it. Really? I didn't know that. Jay, read what I wrote above. Sorry, there's a lot of people in the chat, so you're gonna have to forgive me if I missed it. I'm pretty good at catching this stuff, but it's okay if you post it again. Or at the bare minimum, highlight it or something. Do you know Oda had the cactus head character in Dressrosa say that he arrested all the criminals that escaped from Impel Down? Oda knows what Luffy did is criminal and morally wrong, and he tried to fix it, but that doesn't work in real life. No, it doesn't, but Oda tried to rectify it, and I know why he did. I know why he did. The truth is Luffy is oblivious and ignorant, but always has the right people around him to guide and make up for him. Exactly. That is exactly what it is, Junior. And that's what I said. There's people that will take advantage of Luffy's anarchy because he is literally a human hurricane. Luffy comes in and destroys whatever's in front of him based on his own compass. And then he's just so fortunate that he has benevolent people to clean up his mess. And that's it. That is why. That is why Luffy gets away with everything he does, is because there are good people behind him. And to be fair, Luffy has a good... See, I can't even say Luffy has a good judge of character because he freed Crocodile. I might have to reread Impel Down again. I need to know why. That Crocodile free, that's interesting. I have to look into that. I'm not going to get too deep into it right now, but I think I have to investigate that again. I have to investigate. I have to reread that again. I have to. Why are we comparing real world logic? I mean, it's for the sake of discussion at the end of the day, Young. I think we're really just to me, it's just a discussion. I think we know it's a story because we've just admitted Oda just cleans up the messes. But we're talking about whether Luffy's a criminal or not. That's why we're having this conversation. It was Ivankov. Ivankov told him to do it or else they won't win. Ah, okay, thank you. That's why I wanted to wait. I'm glad. Thank you for telling me that, chat. So Luffy allowed it to happen. And he freed him because he knew he could keep him in check. Okay. Is that a good decision? What do you guys think about that decision? From a moral perspective, is that a morally correct choice? If you're talking about it, if you take morality out of it, it's a smart decision. If you take morality out of it, it is a smart decision. Yeah, I'm still reading the super chats that I missed. We're just having a conversation. And W Prog, I get that, but once you save your brother, you're gonna have to live with the aftermath of what you caused. And if somebody calls you a bad person because of that, you know what? You save your brother, but then that person that you freed kills someone else's brother. And then you have to face them. And what are you gonna tell them? I'm sorry your brother had to die. I needed my brother to live. Would you be able to say that to their face? I agree. But then the consequences. Would you be able to tell someone, that person that you freed, if they kill someone else's brother and they face you, would you be able to say something to them? Because you would be selfish. And you'd have to live with that on your conscience for the rest of your life. But Luffy doesn't deal with the consequences of his actions. Luffy doesn't suffer the consequences of his actions. He doesn't. The only time he ever did was when he lost Ace. And that's not even a consequence of his actions. He just failed. That's Ace's consequence, to be fair. To be fair, that's not even Luffy's fault. Oh, Miguel, I agree. Yes, the fan letter does show exactly what I'm talking about. Yes, yes, it does. Yes, it does. Luffy kind of selfish though. I agree, Luffy's selfish, and that's fine. I wouldn't get mad at you. I wouldn't get mad at you. I mean, if it doesn't affect me, I wouldn't get mad at you for saving your brother. All right. Let me $20 for Alquine Owens. First time catch you live. I rock with you, my boy. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for the 20 bones. Javier Logan. If hockey can't stop Domi reversal, then fundamentally power scaling and to an extent the plot are broken now. Curious to see what Oda does going forward. I am curious as well. And people hate the word power scaling, but if you're not even considering scaling in your story in a battle shonen, then I just think it's negligence. It's genuine negligence. I I'm thinking we have heard enough about Rocks doing evil things that doesn't kill his character. He just happened to lose from a moment of vulnerability, his love for his family. Agreed. Chaos Pudding. You're always real and I'll always respect your takes even when I don't agree. Much love. Thank you, Chaos. I appreciate that. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, my friend. I like that. I like when you're able to disagree, but we can still respect each other. Sakul 1161. What's your no agenda comprehensive Mihawk opinion? I think Mihawk is cool. I just wish that I wish Oda would, for someone who's the world's greatest swordsman and for someone who's Zoro's dream, I wish Oda showed us more of the world of swordsmen. Because I think the more of the world of swordsmen and swordsmanship that we see, the greater it makes Mihawk. And I think there's so much more and there's so much left on the table with Mihawk that I think we need to get. So for me, Mihawk screams food left on the table. That's what Mihawk screams to me. That's my opinion on Mihawk. That's it. I think Mihawk is food left on the table. Mihawk is cool. He's already cool, so I don't hate Mihawk. There's no real reason to slander Mihawk outside of agenda. But at the end of the day, it's like I would love to see if Mihawk beat somebody. I'd love to see him defeat a swordsman like he defeated Zoro. So like obviously we have that. But I'd love if there was a little bit more swordsmanship out there. More of the swordsman world. That's my non-agenda opinion take on Mihawk. We have Alejandro Solis 5637. Captain John got killed with a metal sword while having the magnetic fruit. How much of a bum can you be to be killed with your own power? Don't get me started on Captain John, man. Don't do it. Z Pace Dart, the 4-month subscription. Appreciate you. Mop C1H has super chatted. Discussion about Sirius J versus Agenda J and opinions parallel discussion about good and bad people and actions. Yes. Rich B, $5. As I get older, I prefer a low-powered verse. These writers keep resorting to all of these all-powerful villains. It's getting old and it almost never works. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying with that, and it does get a little frustrating, Rich. We have Oak Cliff, Texas, 3527, $5. Captain John is too useless. Captain John to useless kid is the same as Anthony Bennett to Ben Simmons. All the hype, but ended up bum frauds. That is the super chat of the year. Excellent. Anthony Bennett to Ben Simmons. Wonderful super chat. Oak Cliff, Texas, 3527. Vagabond, my boy. I think Oda is low-key building a personal cosmology with Emu, Ultimate Evil, Devil, Joy Boy as a Christ-like figure perhaps, and Davy Jones being something else or a different devil. Maybe. I don't know if I'd call Joy Boy a Christ-like figure, if I'm going to be honest. I do think we're begging it a little bit from messianic figure, maybe, but even then he failed. So no. I'd say more, I know he's trying to make Luffy into this messianic figure, but I don't know if I'd go Christ-like with Joy Boy at all. That's just not what it's been given. Kenneth Bridgewater. Emu isn't present. He is using vessels. Hopefully in person he will show us how he's been carrying the world government. That is also a good point. I think that's a good point. Jutsu, €5. Are we gonna give Dragon an L because he dropped Shanks and baby Shanks crawled in the box himself? So Dragon didn't even save Shanks? I mean, you can give him a Mickey W. He got him out of there. He got him out of there though. Look at me coping for Dragon. How the time has changed. If Emu needs to rage bait people into Domi, then maybe Nika's happiness joy counters that. Emu is scared of Joy Boy for a reason. Maybe, Miguel. Maybe. We have Antoine. I don't know how to say that name. $2. If Nika powers counter Domi reversal, how you feeling? I already think that's the case. So, I don't know. I think it's... I don't know. I don't know yet. I need to think about it. To me, first thought, Mickey. But, hey. Louis C.M.852. I think the only way back is Rox pulls a Majin Vegeta and overcomes the Domi reversal, and that's the power of the Davy clan. Otherwise, reversal is absolute Mickey mid-chapter W stream. Thank you, Luis. If Rox overpowers Domi reversal, that might be the only thing that would save it for me. Majin, yeah. Yeah. Paramecias are basically MP-based powers with stamina. What if Emo and the Elders have a power source that needs to get destroyed? So during the final war, it's a direct assault and a base. Maybe on the base assault mission. Maybe. Jay, Kuma has a Bible version for Joy Boy. So yes, he is a god, not like real god, since the theory Nika wasn't a real person, were made by imagination. So I don't know if Kuma's church is the church of Nika. I think it's just the idea of God itself. I don't think that was ever specifically stated, Simple Boy. Oh, we got $50 from Diglett's other half. Hey, Jay, I want to thank you for actually giving a, here's what I would have done in the story reasoning for why you didn't like the Domi reversal moment. It's really refreshing to see such genuine critique on the internet these days. I appreciate that, Diglett's. Thank you, man. That name is hilarious, too. Diglett's other half. Thank you for the 50. I really appreciate that. Cold from you, man. Shout out to Diglett's other half. I hope he's still here. Another dono from Mop. Final bosses perform pure evil actions to be compelling rather than grow in the story. Emu needs to show more evil character to be less boring. That might be the case. I want to hate Emu. And I don't hate Emu, I'm just bored of Emu. My fear with Emu was that they'd end up like Kaguya, and it just might. Original, we go 8131 with a 35 czar. Why do people in the chat forget Jay is a content creator? It's his job to give his thought in the moment and not wait for a week. I don't know, man. Maybe. Oh, hey, what's up, Diglett's other half? Thanks for the dono, man. And maybe, I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll look into it a little bit more. We have I Am Maximum Stupid again with $10. Let's brighten up the mood. If being emotionally shocked can get you Domi reversaled, maybe being a deadbeat dad isn't that bad. If we don't see Shanks or Usopp or Yasop get Domi reversaled, we get our answer. Actually, that's cold. I would like to see that now. Vagabond, $5. Appreciate you, Jay. I disagree. That's okay. It's an all-time great story, but I'm going to dip out because I have my own novel to write. Hey, man. I respect people that are really going out of their way to write the story, man. So, to write a story. As someone that also wants to be a storyteller, is learning the small intricacies of writing. Cold from you, brother. Viper Breeze, what's up, brother? Long time no see. Will Rox die with a smile on his face? He's a D after all. Probably. I do sometimes wonder about Lammy, since we didn't see her death. Not that I want to. Who's Lammy again? You gotta remind me. $10. It feels like Oda has so many ideas that he ends up having to rush things, which is a thing for a creative. Like, we took a break from Elbaf for so long. Oda's not getting any younger, and I hope it won't be like Bleach. It could be. From Noah the Consultant Phillips. We have human underscore Pluto. Oh, lost sister. Ah, okay, okay. Human underscore Pluto, $2. Corrupt government does not equal criminals being good. Thank you, human Pluto. 10 euros. Hello, Jay. My theory is that Garp is still with the Marines because at the end of God Valley, he will threaten the elders that unless they stop, he will expose them. Thoughts, your opinions, appreciate you. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'd be okay with that. I think I'd rather him just leave the Marines at that point. We have Vela MacRaspy with 100 bits. We can agree on that. However, this explains why laws are not created out of morality. They're based off those who have the power and willingness to harm others for going against their wishes or whatever they say is law. So, Vela, from my standpoint, I get you. I guess I'm talking about God. I'm talking about the morality from God and then the laws that come down from that. At the end of the day, whoever's in power, based on what their morals are, they will create law off those morals, regardless. Law has to come from morals. That's it. You cannot have law without morality. It's impossible. It's a fallacy. Like you can't. You actually literally cannot. There is no law without morality. You cannot have it. You cannot. How you feel about Blackbeard getting Domi? If Blackbeard gets Domi reversaled, I may drop the manga. I'm not sure. I understand. Thank you for reading my super chat. Appreciate your opinion. Of course, David. Anytime. Yo, I just know that chopper shirt. Yeah, it's goated, right? It's goated. Shout out to Mr. Morge. Almost done with the super chats. We have Cedric, $9. Good example is it was against the laws and fishermen. Okay, yeah, so I read that. Papusa Monkey. One thing that we have to take into consideration is that the very corrupt laws come from those broken moral compasses. Exactly. Captain Morgan ruled out his marine base like a local king. Look what happened after he was disposed. All those Marines went about keeping the peace and order. Exactly. Jay, since in Nolan's backstory we discovered Shandians thought that the snake was a god, but Nolan said to Calgara that his people were dying because of a disease, not some god. Yeah, they had to learn. They had to learn, man. Kenneth Bridgewater, 2009. I've been a One Piece fan since 2002. Pirates, criminals, Marines, police, dragon is a terrorist, celestial dragons, billionaires, diddies, elders, politicians, Emu the Pope. Emu the Pope. One Piece is a fun version of how Oda sees the world. I don't know if I'd call Emu the Pope. It's a bit aggressive. Because then the Catholic Church would... I mean, are you saying the Catholic Church is the ultimate evil? It's a bit aggressive. Yeah, that's a very aggressive statement. Yeah, that stopped me in my tracks. I think we're begging it a little. I'd rather call Emo the devil? Yeah, I would. So, Jay, so I do not think God really exists in the One Piece verse. I don't think so either. I don't think Oda writes as if there is a God in One Piece, so. Wanted to say, just be yourself, Jay. Everyone has their own opinions, and you can't please everyone. I respect your views, and I see through a different lens. I appreciate that, Pundasino. TCOS 6627. Crocodile is likely named after the Nile crocodile, one of the only animals that hunts humans. Yeah, Nile crocodiles are toxic. Viper Breeze, another 5. Ivankov convinced. Okay, so, yes, so we read that. Meacham, people forget Luffy tried to steal the Skypiea treasure. Yes, he did. I think there is a god. Maybe. Cedric, was it morally right for Luffy to free Lucci on Egghead to help fight the Seraphim even though Stussy died for it? I don't think so. Watching you from South Africa, laughing so loud. Love to see a holistic man, flaws and all. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate the 70 czar. Then we have David for the $5. Jay, what do you think about Vinland Saga's ending? Will you do a video discussing the series? I will. I do. Kuma's based off a Christian. Kuma's based off a Catholic priest. I hope people understand that. Kuma is based off an actually good Catholic priest. That's what he's based off of. A saint in the Catholicism. That is what Kuma is based off of. So that's all the super chats. Okay, whew, we're caught up. Okay, I'm glad we caught up to the super chats. Okay, we got another one from Kenneth Bridgewater. Not the real Pope, more like an evil person who twists religion. You probably talking about the Antichrist at that point. Then, if you said the Antichrist, I would have been there with you. I would have got it. I was like, all right, yeah. You're talking about the Antichrist, Kenneth. That's what you're talking about. That I see what you're talking about. Kuma is a follower of Nika, but he's based off a Catholic priest, like his character. No. Just in general. Like a good Catholic priest. I can't. Yeah. Like a saint. It depends on how you see the concept of God and religion. Well, you guys should know you already know what my concept of faith is, right? I've been very vocal about what my concept of faith and God is. I wouldn't even call it concept, what my belief is. Right? I'm very much a believer in God. I'm a believer in Jesus. So I'm like very straightforward. And yeah, I know Vela, you're talking about whatever. Right. Garb time. Oh my God, we've talked about a lot. Garp doing something about it is fine. It's great. For agenda purposes, hold that, right? For agenda purposes, hold that. Hold it. For agenda purposes, hold it. Now, if I'm going to think about it, though, Garp is like, everything that's going on is bad. I'm going to go punch Emu. I don't know. I guess I still want a little bit more, bruh. I guess I still want a little bit more, Garp. Garp is like, man, this sucks. I'm gonna go hit that nigga. Like, that's really all he did. How did you deal with the moral contradictions in the Bible as a Christian? I don't really think there are really any moral contradictions. I just think that there's a lot of context that's missing that creates contradictions. I don't think there are moral contradictions. And I know people are going to point to like Leviticus and Deuteronomy, right? And there's a whole discussion around that. A whole discussion. But I don't think there's any moral contradictions. These are things that I've studied and talked about. But we don't got to get there. We don't have to go down that route. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, I was just like, bro, Garp is, that's what I'm saying. Garp is really moving just like Luffy. Man, look at all these dead bodies. Look at slavery. This is sick. I'm going to go hit that nigga. That's it, Garp? That's your plan? Like, I love Garp. I like him, but I still need the motivations. That's what I'm looking for, right? It's good that he didn't just turn a blind eye, but at the same time, it's like I'm looking for motivations here. I'm still looking for the motivations yet. So that's kind of where I'm coming from. That's what I'm coming from. We haven't got to hear your thoughts on the ass regen plot because you got distracted by Domi Reversal, but we just saw Emu get it from 6 top tier. Yeah. So thank you, Sama. You reminded me, bro. This man got hit by so many attacks that would destroy an entire island, and nothing happened. And you can't tell me he didn't use Conqueror's Haki. So, what is going on? See, now you done pissed me off. If Conqueror's Haki is the key to the regen, who's got more Conqueror's Haki than all 6 of them niggas? Who? Who in the story has more Conqueror's Haki than them? Who? Someone explain that to me. It didn't do anything to Emu. It didn't do anything to Saturn's body. It's not even Emu. Yo, oh my God, I'm about to crash out. Holy moly, nigga. God, nigga. Oh my God, bro. I've kept my composure. I kept my composure up to this. Why did you say that? Why did you make me think about that? Why did you do that? Because now they can say I've crashed out. I guess it's only Joy Boy's Conquerors that can hurt Emu. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's that, guys. 800 years of dominance? I guess, man. I guess. I held out. He could have got hurt. It don't look like he got hurt. Technically, John caused the story by using that magnet fruit. Yeah. Garland couldn't even stand from one basic Rocks attack with one arm. But we get a full named attack from Rocks. We get a divine departure from Roger. We get an Ikoku sovereignty from Big Mom. A galaxy impact from Young Garp. And a named attack from Whitebeard. No damage. No damage. No reaction. No flinch. Nothing. And I'm supposed to take this seriously? Are you kidding me? They're not strong enough? Well, who is? Who is then? Nika? Really? Nika. That's the answer. The current Nika that's struggling with the girls right now. The same Nika that got hurt by Top Man. That nigga. The Holy Knights suck, man. The Holy Knights suck. They suck, man. The Holy Knights are dog water. They suck so bad. Oh my God, the Holy Knights suck. They suck. The Holy Knights are so trash, nigga. So Mickey. Oh, God, man. Oh, my God, man. Alrighty, man. ODA, why? So JJK ran into this problem, right? Where the scaling was fine because Gojo was the standard and Gojo was broken. But we realized his brain had a limit for how much he could do, and then he was sealed. But then once we got to Sukuna and the thousands of binding vows and reversed curse technique Mickeys, it got to a point where we just wanted it to end. I don't know if you guys read JJK, But it just got to a point where we just wanted it to end. And here's the thing I'm worried about with Emu and the Holy Knights. I think we're gonna get to a point where we just want it to end. You know? That's the worry with the regen ability. Because it just makes the fight so stale and you really can't. Here's the thing. Here's the way he'd have to rectify it. Oda would need to show us that something is working, but you need to do it a lot of times to get it done. Because that was the issue with Mahito. Boo had regen, but he wasn't weak. Yes. But Boo also got to the point where we're just like, bro, what is it going to take to actually kill this guy? Because think about what they actually had to do to kill Boo and stop him from regenning. Think about that. Think about that for a second. Goku had to use a spirit bomb, run out of energy, summon the Dragon Balls, turn Super Saiyan, get more energy, put more into the spirit bomb that Boo was pushing back, just to erase that nigga. Regeneration is just not good. Is there anyone that's done regen well? Can we think of, are there examples? Well, with the upper moons, at least if you cut their head off for the most part, they'd actually die. FMA? Yeah, because in FMA, they actually had a limit. In FMA, you had a limit, so that was done well. With the homunculus, there was a limit. Blade of the Immortal? I haven't checked the Blade of Immortal yet. And you know what's funny? You know who did it? You know why FMA did it so well? It's because they established that there was a limit early. They established that there was a limit early. So if there's a limit early, the stronger the person, the harder it is to get them to that limit. That's why they did it well. So you got to establish the limit early. So the stronger they are with regen, the harder it is to get that limit. I agree with that. Attack on Titan to a certain degree, yes. But they had a key weakness that would have killed them. Right? So I guess what I would want from Oda is, can we establish the limit early? Because if you establish the limit early, then we can have some excitement. Right? That's what I think. If it's not doing any damage to Emu, then you're supposed to take it seriously. I get that, unanimous, but again, this is why I'm talking about establishing the limit. Right? Because now you're at this point where it's like, what is it going to take? And this is something that they did with Kaido. Claymore did regen good as well. Remember Kaido? Kaido couldn't be hurt. There was a rumor about Kaido couldn't be hurt. Luffy tried to fight him and just got destroyed. Gear 4, we were like, oh my God, he's cracked. Right? And then we were wondering, what is it going to take to damage Kaido? And we went through all of that. And when we had the Hour of Legends, there was no reason Kaido got damaged from Odin, besides the fact that Odin just could cut him. And there wasn't any real limit. There wasn't any real reason but for the fact that Kaido is just strong. And then there was the scales in his dragon form, but what about his body? That wasn't really explained. It was just, all right, Luffy not strong enough, bet, but Odin is. You know? Big chapter, but yeah. I thought we were talking about Garp. I mean, it was pretty straightforward with Garp. To me, it's pretty straightforward with Garp. I need to see his motivations. That's it. Show me your motivations. Show me what you stand for. Don't just Luffy your way out of this, because I don't want Garp to Luffy his way out of this. I'll be a little bit upset. It's either, if Garp is going to Luffy his way out of it, then I would just think less of Garp as a character. Maybe I'll just adjust that. Maybe I overestimated Garp. maybe I gave Garp too much credit. That might be the case. If Garp is literally Luffy but with a marine jacket, I overestimated him. I was begging it. My headcanon took over and I made Garp more than what I thought he was. And then I'd put him down on my list. That's where we are with Garp. Yeah, maybe. Is Rocks in God Valley still redeemable to you? It depends on what you define as redeemable. What are we redeeming him from? Yo, what's up? Jay, I got a question for you about the whole named attack thing. To my knowledge, there's Conqueror's Haki and Advanced Conqueror's Haki. Do you believe there's another form of Conqueror's Haki that the top tiers we see here could use later? I guess similar to Joy Boy's Haki, because to my knowledge, Whitebeard, Roger, Kaido, and Garp aren't in their primes yet. I mean, I feel like Oda would have to introduce another level of Conqueror's Haki for Imu to even be a threat and to counteract the Regents. He'd literally have to add another layer. Because what else would it be? I don't even want, the writing choice of Domi Reversal. I'm guessing he's doing Domi Reversal for some redemption arc. I personally don't think Rocks needs to be redeemed at all. I think he's been great the way he is. And we might be begging it. I think making Rocks a sympathetic character was already done with Harold. The Harold conversation is what made him a sympathetic character. That's what made it feel fresh. If we continue on, now we're begging it. I think we're begging it. Oh, redeeming Rocks as a character? Oh, you're talking about redeeming Rocks in general. In general. Oh, how to redeem the Domi Reversal? The only way is the Majin Vegeta thing. And even then, I just don't think... I think you could have used Rocks as someone that can actually oppose Domi Reversal, but he still dies anyway. So we've established the limit and the boundary of Imu's Domi Reversal, but Rocks still dies in an epic way. Have him resist it. I think that would be great, but now that he's already been Domi reversed, we don't know yet if he can't resist it. So that's what you can see the next chapter. If he resists it, maybe it'll be saved. I don't know, but I don't know, Tone. I don't know. Jay, Haki is supposed to be the willpower. There's always going to be someone stronger, but Imu being this powerful is bothering you. Think about it this way. Imu sits on an empty throne. The empty is supposed to represent the absolute pinnacle of kingly status. If the girls say are bowing down to Imu, worshiping him, that means Imu's Haki superior to everyone else in the story, minus maybe Joy Boy. My problem isn't Imu being powerful. Imu should be overpowered considering he's just been introduced this late into the story. Him being overpowered isn't the issue. It's the writing around it. In many stories, we have had an overpowered villain, but overpowered villains are so hard to write because you still have to add tension when he is opposed, right? There still has to be a tension when he's met with opposition, right? The problem with overpowered villains is that it kills the tension because you're expecting everyone to lose no matter what, unless you show a way to overcome that overpoweredness, or that overpowered individual has some kind of limit, or has some kind of he's chained back, he's held back. Yes, he's holding back for a reason that's feasible. Right now, we don't have any of that with Imu. So Imu doing this without any explanation, without no limitations, without any knowledge whatsoever, is killing the tension. You see what I'm saying? Especially if we don't know what's going on with Domi Reversal. the tension dies even more. So Kikin, so that's the point. But we're talking about it now, but we don't know what's coming next chapter. But that's just where we are right now. It's worse than Regent. I don't know. I mean, I never liked Domi Reversal, but I mean, we're here now. What do you think about the villain writing in One Piece? We see Emu losing their shit over having to erase Davy Clan from history, but they just let Sabo escape. Rocks walks away from the flower room. Don't give a shit about Luffy's Nika fruit until Wano. Have an eye level hole in the throne room through which Wapo spied them on. It feels like every chapter the IQ of the main villains seem to keep reducing. Do you think we need more competence from the villains to increase the stakes? Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes, Harry. I could not have put it better. I think the reason why Crocodile and Doflamingo are such beloved characters is because they are competent characters. They're competent. They plan ahead. They know the threats ahead of time. And they're active. That's why we like Crocodile and Dofi so much. It's because they're competent villains. Blackbeard, competent villain. Meticulous, evil, sick, sadistic. You could argue Dofi incompetent. I was wondering if someone would say that. I'm not sure. Why are you all asking the guy who says read without the brain questions? Oh, well, you're just rage baiting now, man. Come on. Eisen, for example. Yeah. Jay, what do you think about Joe Boy doing so much damage to Emu from Wi-Fi hockey? It's a great question. I'm not sure. It's a great question. I think it's because Unanimous is trying to say Joe Boy's the only one that's actually damaged him, I guess. So that's probably just he's never experienced someone that can actually oppose him or her, whatever. That's probably why. That's literally probably why. Joe Boy is a direct threat to his existence. Emu being there's also that case. He's overpowered, so he doesn't need to be competent. Maybe. You can argue Blackbeard is incompetent. I would disagree on that. I disagree with that. I think Blackbeard is a very competent villain. I need to catch up with Kagurabachi. I need to catch up. He's technically the most competent, not to mention we just had that chapter of Emu establishing his I don't know if I would call Emu competent because Emu doesn't have to be competent. I think Emu just gets to do whatever he wants because he can. Doing whatever you want because you can and because you're overpowered doesn't make you competent. It just means you're unopposed. I don't think that makes you competent. I don't think that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying Emu is incompetent because we haven't seen Emu really do anything besides give commands. That giving a command doesn't show competency. Any idiot can give a command. There's a lot of people who are like 6'10" and could punch me in the face and beat my ass. Doesn't mean he's competent. It just means he can beat my ass. That's it. I mean, he did talk about how this is part of his plan to eradicate them. Yes, but that doesn't show competency. Like would you call old Big Mom competent? Big Mom has plans, but I wouldn't exactly call Big Mom a competent villain. You can have plan. Any nigga can make a plan. Doesn't mean it's a good plan. Doesn't mean it's well thought out, you know? You know? I don't think so. OG, I don't think so either. I don't think so either. I agree with that. I think Oda's preferred. These are all purposeful decisions, by the way. This is not Oda not knowing how to write. Oda knows exactly what he's doing. I think Oda just views it in a different way. I think Oda is okay writing an incompetent villain because sometimes he wants to make the story childish. And in childish stories, some villains are stupid. Eno's pretty competent. I don't think I disagree. I have to think about that a little bit more. I don't think I disagree. Mind you, not every villain has to be competent either. Not every villain has to be competent. Let's also state that now. A good villain is someone that serves its purpose as antagonizing the story. He serves his role as an antagonist and antagonizing the protagonist well. He doesn't have to be competent to do that. So I'm not saying that every villain needs to be competent, but you can write an incompetent character well. You can do that. Like, exactly, Mahito. Mahito isn't really that competent, but he's a toxic, disgusting piece of shit. He's awful. He was a good villain because he antagonized everything around him. Dio's competent, so I don't think Dio counts. Dio's competent. Dio is arguably one of the most competent villains. He's just an aura farmer and a little flashy. And a little metro. It's a little metro. Dio is very competent. Murphy would kill you if she heard that. I ain't gonna lie. Murphy'd punch you in the face. Well, Murphy doesn't punch people. She kicks puppies, but she doesn't punch people. I think maybe if you become too powerful that you are removed from society, you might lack competency. That's what I think, the bat. Akainu is definitely competent. What's your opinion on Moo, which Emu keeps yapping on about? I just think it's stupid. Moo. Grow up, nigga. That's it. You need the treasure? Maybe. Maybe it's the straw hat. No, I agree with that. I see Eric. Eric is rattled in the chat. Oh, Cole's almost finished? So I know Brago's upset. I'm upset. I wonder if Cole will be upset. Did I get more? Oh, yeah. Sorry, I got more super chats. I'm begging it. Blackbeard top what now after this chapter? I mean, he's still top 1, bro. I think Hockey is useless against Emu, as Hockey's about control and domination, and Nika is quite hurt. And Nika is quite quick to hurt them as they are freedom and the opposite of Hockey. Okay. Jay, I think Emu is going to be the most cartoonish villain ever. I think so too. I want Blackbeard to be the final villain, but right now, I don't know, Tom. Who's stronger, Captain John or Kid? Well, it'd have to be Kid at this point, because Captain John is a disgrace. Can we talk about Rayleigh just running off with his new baddie under his arm and picking up loot while all the heavy hitters are fighting back? I mean, honestly, cold from Rayleigh. I'd leave too. Have you read all of Berserk? I have, unfortunately, now. I'm going to get a lot of... Iro with the $5. If Emu can actually Domi reversal anyone, then Emu is low-key Muzan, dumb as rocks level. Let me not negative pre-time skip Tanjiro. Go random fodder demon. Yo, Iro, please. Iro, please. Oh my god. Golden Age vid when? Beginning of November. Beginning of November. Cole said he's happy about the kid downscale, as he should be. Big Mom's plans were inherently silly. Emo, on the other hand, has bigger plans, and he seeks to factory reset the world or something. to a certain degree, but again, you can admit that that is what we're intending, but we don't know if that's actually true yet. Unanimous. Am I caught up with Kingdom? I am caught up with Kingdom, and I'm having a good time. Current Berserk got me in depression. That's why I stopped reading it. That's it. There are plans which I cannot share with you today. Yes. Yeah. All right, man. This is, you know what? This is the longest I've ever done a post-chapter discussion ever. This is the longest. This is the longest one ever. What's your favorite read right now? Gundam The Origin. It's fantastic. Frosty, I have 1984 in front of me now. Well, in the kitchen. I am going to read it. So I'll let you know when I've read chapter 1. Yeah, let's do the market report. Let's do the market report. If you guys have not read Gundam The Origin, then read Gundam The Origin. It is amazing. It is amazing. Okay. All right, guys. It's time for the agenda. Stock market. Where is it? And then I have Football Manager to play. Who's memeing 1984? Here we go. All right, guys. Let's take a look at the market. Have I read Monster? I've watched Monster and I loved it. All right. It's time for the agenda piece stock market report. We started off with a generational rise from Rocks, who skyrocketed past Dragon to become the #1 most expensive stock in the market, rising by more than 15%. He is now worth $395 per share. So if you have your Rock stocks, you living high, you living hot. His victim, Garling, did not have it so easy. Garling stocks dropped by 10% the day the chapter came out. You'd think that people would buy the dip, but his stock only went up by 1% the following week. And speaking of downfalls, perhaps the most satisfying one this week was Buggy, along with his right-hand man, Mr. 3, who dropped by more than 10% after members of the Buggy Mafia were caught artificially boosting their stock. We got some criminals. We got some criminals in the stock market. There were people that were boosting stocks. They were trying to manipulate the stock market, and they got caught because we got police. We got actual policing in the stock market. So be careful, guys. We watching y'all. What else do we have here? Yes, Chow Chow, don't ask me why he's even on the market, suffered the same fate as Buggy and has joined the long list of animals who have fallen victim to the capitalist nature of the agenda market. The fact that Chow Chow even had stocks is hilarious. As the return of Elbaf gets closer, many have opted to invest in Usopp with the belief that there will be a major role for him in this arc. He is now close to taking Emu's spot in the top 10 characters with the highest amount of investment in the stock market. That is insanity. That is it for us this week. The stock market opens after I react to the chapter, which is literally now. So the stock market is open. Just to let you guys know, the stock market is open. It's open. So just go have fun, because we know whose stocks are down. If you have kid stocks, it's over. If you have GARP stocks, you're probably up. But yeah, the stock market's open. So yeah, it's been opened. There you go. A fire dose. When is the agenda meme stream? I have to prepare for it, unlike last time. It's a great question. This should be happening soon. Which characters should, I've already said it. GARP stock should go up. Kid stocks are cooked. Rock stocks probably hold for now. Emu stocks probably go up. Dragon stocks go down a tiny bit probably. Although I don't know if Dragon stock should go down, to be fair. If there was ever any Captain John stocks, it's over. We're cooked. I do need a bell. Captain John stocks are finished. Does Roger go up? No, they don't. You invested 800 into John? I hate to be you, bro. Mr. 5 stocks, low key. Mr. Five Stocks on the lowest of key. Mr. Five Stocks. That's hilarious. If somebody had stocks at Mr. Five, I mean, talk about mining Ethereum and Bitcoin, bro. Yeah. Okay. Part of me wants to go into my Discord and see what some other niggas think. I might be willing to do it. But it depends. Is Brago still streaming? Is he doing a discussion? Because I don't want to. Brago's normally the discussion guy these days. Should I bring the homies in? We still got 2,000 people here, so there's obviously still people that are hungry here. Is Brago doing a discussion? That's the thing. Is Brago doing a discussion? I don't step on toes here. We respect brothers. I mean, he's bigger than me anyway, so it don't really matter, but yeah. Yo. Can you hear me? Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna let you know. 10 chat. I'm still on. Hold on. I'm still streaming. I just want to let you know.
I'm still reading. No spoilers.
Thank God you said he's streaming.
Wait, Chuck, are you streaming? Wait, you're still reading? Are you serious?
He's reading. Yeah, I'm reading
it.
All right, well, you gonna have to deaf a nigga. Just Chuck definitely, or will definitely.
And Bow are all playing Marvel Rivals together.
I'm almost done. Go ahead.
Hey, Marvel Rivals enjoying some good ones.
Chuck, you can't get spoiled to the end. Go ahead and just deafen yourself.
Where's Matt? Where's Matt?
Moving.
Where's Matt?
Hello.
Matt, all right. I've talked at length and I've had time to process how I feel about it. Talk to me, man. What's going on?
What do you mean, brother?
So
what do you mean, bro? What do you mean? You talk to me.
Okay. All right. So the Domi reversal to me is ass, and I said that I don't like it. I think it's Mickey.
Absolutely garbage.
I've also said that Garp just turning into Luffy and saying I don't like that nigga, so I'm gonna hate him. I'm like, all right, man. I think I kind of need more than that.
It's high,
I think I need more than that. Kid slander, a good meal. Kid getting, but yeah, just Captain John is so trash, bro. Like that's just a disgrace. Captain John's a disgrace. I think that's kind of where I'm at. I've had a long discussion with my chat about this, so I've kind of been able to like flesh out my thoughts. What do you feel though? What are y'all feeling?
So I'll tell you. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that for one, I don't know how you feel about this, but I have said and vehemently disagreed with Emu being at God Valley, or not Emu being at God Valley. Emu showing appearing in front of everybody in God Valley. That's what I disagree with. I'm like, okay, this doesn't really make much sense. I'm not rocking with this one, with this at all. Also, why has Emu just let all of these guys just have free reign over the world after God Valley, like after the fact?
Because it didn't affect him
hurt him, right?
So I'm talking about Garp, I'm talking about Kaido, I'm talking about Whitebeard, I'm talking about Big Mom.
Yeah, but they can't hurt Emu though, right? That's what it's looking like.
What does that mean? Bro,
he can't hurt him, bro. Like
this nigga killed Cobra.
So
that's because
Cobra. That's a bad thing to bring up. He killed Cobra. Stop him.
Yeah, but that's because Cobra. But that's because Cobra pulled up to Emu and them. That's why.
But what did they say to Cobra? What did they say to Cobra? You were dead the minute that you saw him.
One Piece.
That don't apply to Cobra. That don't apply to Cobra.
So then my question is like, because Cobra's a king and it's in Mary Joa, he'd probably be able to like spread. He'd be a more credible source than pirates to the world.
Brother,
I'm coping.
Yeah, bro, you are.
That's all I said. I know
are.
Like
you
right?
are. You are.
That was the best response. Jay
you are.
I'm coping.
You are.
That's all I.
No, because bro, there's no bro. There's no way that GARP is working. Like GARP works under this entity, and this nigga said, "Yeah, I'm just about to hit this nigga for no reason." Right? Why does GARP still have a job? Why is GARP still like forget the pirates? Why is GARP still alive?
That's a great question.
Emu did nothing to GARP at all. And quite frankly, bro, GARP has no reason. GARP has no reason to fucking attack. To attack Emu. Oh, of course we're gonna help Rocks. Nigga, what?
Because he's Luffy, bro.
Emu, he also becomes the hero of the Marines from this. So, you know, that don't make no fucking sense.
Bro, this is dog, this is crazy, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. This shit right here is just nasty. So
why are you getting so mad? We got to see Shanks go in the chest.
Matt, but in some ways though, is this not hype? In some ways,
no. No.
No. I don't even know why.
What do you mean? Wait, Matt. We got a named attack for Whitebeard. What do you mean?
That's what I'm saying. Shattered Void.
Shattered Void.
That's his hard.
No.
Bow was gassing, but it is a fire name.
That's what I'm saying. It's a fire name.
I'm not. I don't know what y'all. I don't know what y'all niggas. I don't know what y'all niggas are saying.
You can call me Pandemonium of the Abyss, babe.
I don't know, man.
No,
I don't know what y'all niggas is
Shattered
on, bro.
Void is basically like Whitebeard was so old at the point where he was using it. You know how like when the characters start using the named attack so much, they don't even name it. They just do it. It's like that.
Exactly.
That happens all the time. That happens all the time, and that's
like
that's
I'm really
better at this point.
I'm really confused, and I'm very upset that y'all niggas are playing with me right now.
Matt, can I ask you one question about Roger though?
Shout out to Blurred for the $20. Can we believe we have to go back to Usopp and Friends after this? I can't believe it. I just wanted to say that so I can let him talk again.
I don't want to hear shit about Roger.
Wait. Why is him looking like Ace weird? Hello?
No.
Roger,
no. They gave before they were giving Roger like the facial details that made him kind of Ace. This was just flat out Ace this chapter.
Portal behind us. Man, I just don't think Chuck and Bao are in any headspace to take this seriously.
I'm still reading.
So Matt.
Yeah.
You bring up a lot of great points. Because the first thing Emu did was kill like 80 Marines for no reason, nigga. Like instantly. Yeah. So my thing is like at this moment, Emu, would you accept the fact that Emu is focused on killing the Davies rather than killing Garp who just attacked him? No. Or are you talking about the aftermath? You're talking about the aftermath.
No. Look. Jay, I'm talking like just 100% after the fact, right? After the fact, and then for Emu to be there, and for Oda to present Emu like he's just this this figure shrouded in mystery. like no one knows of his existence. Like, bro, the longer that One Piece goes on, the worse. Like the good characters that Oda has actually put some thought and like time into, they just get worse.
You're so good.
Like Whitebeard, bro. This nigga Whitebeard clearly knew the history of the world, right?
Yeah, he did.
And I cannot, for the life of me, fathom why this nigga engaged in a fucking fight with the Marines.
It's because he wanted to save Ace.
Well, it's because he knows the history, and that's why he's trying to save Ace.
We can stop the justifications. It's because Emu didn't exist when Marineford was written.
Well, of course.
Just admit that.
Of course.
Okay, Gleb, now you're coping.
Okay, yeah.
No, I'm not.
I'm still alive. It's that type of chapter, man. It's that type of chapter. I'm still live. I don't remember the last time I've done a stream this long before.
I gotta ask you guys.
Bro, and
For
then,
One Piece.
and then, listen, right? I'm gonna just like, I don't know, bro. Like Glam said, so the fact that like I'm getting a lot of Kaguya vibes from this shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am getting a lot of
I wouldn't even say that though, Matt.
So
Kaguya was at least name dropped like way before she even became a thing in the series.
Yeah, but Bao, Imu was dropped the very first chapter. The Sea Devil's right there, baby.
All right.
Look, bro. Look. I'm
you guys aren't being fair. You guys aren't being fair.
I'm gonna say this as well, right? As far as the they're setting this up clearly for Luffy and Blackbeard to be the only ones that can damage Imu for whatever reason.
Yeah, I don't like that, man. I'm not gonna lie. That my fears are coming true. This is becoming a sun and moon thing. Nah.
And then it's like it's like Naruto and Sasuke were the only ones that could do anything to Kaguya.
Our Kaguya's kid's reincarnation. Yes, fucking hideous.
Sakura was there, no?
I caught up to you guys.
Anyways,
okay. Okay. So Matt.
Anyways, yeah.
Matt.
Go ahead.
Here's something. So you're making great points. What if, and I'm representing the Copers. What if Imu had a memory wipe ability? How would you feel about that?
A great question.
Why would you even put the character that needs the wipe in the position where they need it in the first place?
Because that's common. That does happen. That does happen.
Wasting time.
Is it though?
Yes.
What is it wasting time from?
It's wasting the reader's time.
Until the two sovereigns, though, Glam.
You're just wasting time faking tension for a situation that isn't gonna get me.
So like,
Imu is not gonna mind wipe anybody on this island. It's not happening.
But you don't know. You don't know if he couldn't do that.
I don't need to know for certainty because I'm not a Coper.
No.
Well, I'm talking about a rectification because you
that implies that the author thinks it needs to be rectified.
Well, so yes, it does need to be rectified because Oda's done that before. Oda's
Glam's using logic. This is
Oda is going to cover his tracks so the story still makes sense because Garp knowing about Imu in general and still being in the Marines and still being employed by the Marines.
That benefit of the doubt after Wano.
Wano doesn't
What are you
exist.
doing right now?
Did I not say I'm coping?
Cut
He's
it out.
on stream. He's on stream. The chat's getting to him.
Cut it out then. How about that?
He's after 2 hours of chat scope. That's what it is.
That's exactly.
I've been seeping.
Cope until One Piece is free of criticism. Period. So I'm not even going to take that seriously.
Yo,
I've been sad.
Captain John is over.
Hey man, listen, I've been seeping in cope for a minute, right? I was like Odin boiling in that oil. I was boiling in cope.
I was born to die.
That's it. Well, here's the thing. I think that. So my point is, I'm thinking that. I think I might have overstated Garp's character.
Yes.
I think I might have because what I'm seeing from Garp right now is like if this man is just Luffy with a Marine jacket on, I've vastly overestimated.
Do not disrespect me like that.
Don't disrespect.
You cannot tell me what Garp did was not the most Luffy core thing you've ever seen in your life.
Don't disrespect Luffy like that.
That's exactly what Luffy would do.
Jay, I agree to a certain extent, but this is the thing. Yes. It's like they're setting it up for like we're gonna find out what really happens. Like the God Valley incident is gonna be next chapter,
Chuck,
most likely.
Yeah, what happened? Did somebody reverse each Chuck?
Chuck got dummy reversing, bro. What you doing, man?
Like, what
you
is
good?
Hey, I already told you if Imu comes in contact though, that's a lot stronger than just snapping your fingers and it works. Like he stabbed Rocks. Like he's like corrupting him.
Why is there this cope about Garp when the story isn't going to treat him as in the wrong for anything?
Bro, Garp is shit. I used to love Garp, but now it's Rocks all day, baby.
What is this? okay, now we've gone from defending Garp to saying he's shit in 2 seconds for no reason. What is that?
So okay, what about this? Okay, so what about Rome Sparks saying that Garp saw Marines being murked, so he attacked because he doesn't care about the elders?
What the justification is? Matt's point is that Garp
That's
attacking Emu should result in consequences for Garp.
Still a Marine to this day.
Okay, so then again,
it should, but it's like, are they gonna really go? Are they gonna really go against Garp? That's the thing.
Like, bro, listen, no, listen. You know what the most damning thing about this is that we know that after this, Garp was offered the promotion to admiral position multiple times. Like,
so here's the thing.
He defeats Ross with Emu's powers.
So all right, so here's how I can explain that. They probably deemed that Garp being killed after what everyone saw would cause way more damage to them and their power structure than it would keeping him alive. So they tried to promote him to an admiral to have direct control of him, and he said no. What about that? Because
why should they care about that when their leader can mind control anybody he wants?
Because that's not how control.
It's like it is, but it isn't, Glam. And I'm not saying that's good, but it's just like the Marines are kind of like they're the puppets.
Control works. If I had the ability to mind control anybody I wanted as the king of the world, that's what I would have fucking done.
So he should.
The Marines are the puppets. That's really it. The Marines are the puppets for the world government.
So then there's also we're not arguing whether Garp should have punched him or not. He should have punched them. That's fine. That was the right thing to do.
Yeah, Marines were dead left and right after that shit.
But my point is that you have to understand that the only person that knows who that actually is Rox. Everyone else thinks it's Saturn.
Yeah, but that's still the same thing.
I'm a little confused about that myself. Like,
people don't know that's Emu.
They're literally saying Saint Saturn. Why are you working? Like, why?
So
like,
so Garp. So I agree. Garp. So I agree.
Whatever.
So I agree. Garp attacking a celestial dragon should have consequences, but it's nowhere near as grave as it would be attacking Emu. It's two completely different things, and they can't tell people it was Emu.
Semantics of the graveness. Neither should happen. Who cares which is more severe?
Oh my God. It's One Piece, baby.
And I get that, Glam, but my point is, right? Val's pissing me off.
Okay, Val. Someone say Curry Eric?
So I agree that Garp should be punished. We know he doesn't get punished.
No, I don't even. Okay, here's the thing. Garp should not even be in the position if he was written properly to be getting punished from this.
Okay, well, we're past that at that point.
Bro,
There's gonna be a Mickey. There's gonna be a Mickey next chapter.
Look,
Garp is Pat Bev, man.
Look, a lot of this shit just don't make sense, bro, because because Oda waited so long to create Emu.
You're just not understanding the complexities of what is it?
Yo, this comment has me. Yo, hold on. Yo, Eris, this comment has me in tears. Someone said Chuck talking like an elite chopper at the Kirk Franklin table.
Yes,
That is a crazy comment. That nigga called you an elite. Yo, why did he disrespect you like that, yo? That is crazy, nigga.
I'm about to have to give a great cleansing, bro. This chat getting nasty.
Yo, Chuck, did you read the Bible?
I read a verse. I read that verse you gave me. I read that verse.
You should read it again. You should read it again.
Nah. We don't do a whole reading. We can do a verse.
I'm doing a Jonathan Majors gimmick. That's all. All right. That's it. Yeah.
Like I don't know, bro. Like, you know, people think this shit is gas, bro. So hey, it's gas.
It is.
Okay, realistically though, Matt, you don't fuck with everybody is always waiting for named attacks, and that's a big thing in the community. You're not even like a little bit like,
I'm just
saying, it's not hype. It's not hype.
Bro, Chuck, let me tell you, I don't give a fuck about that. I don't give a fuck about that attack.
All right, if Sabo never does a name attack again, we on you.
I don't give a fuck about no named attack. I don't give a fuck about none of that, bro. Because all Whitebeard did was punch the air. So if
That's what he always does.
That's what he does. Are we for
Exactly,
real right now?
exactly. So what? Why do you want me to be hype about something
Yeah,
that this nigga always does?
Are you okay, Mal? Are you gonna tell me you wasn't hyped for Advanced Conquerors? You gonna tell me you wasn't? That's pushing the air too, player.
No.
Okay,
No.
here we go. One Piece. That's just like One Piece bad.
No. What? Why do you want me to be hype about something that I already know that the character can do?
But I'm tagging you in.
Like why do you want me to be hype about that?
Cause name attacks are always hype.
No,
Nigga, bro. I'm not one of them dudes that say, "Oh yeah, this attack is stronger than this attack because it was a named attack." Like,
I didn't say it was stronger. I was just
the attack that the nigga did on Akainu that ripped the island in half, bro. That was
Shattering
the
Void.
strongest. That was the
Shattering
strongest.
Void.
Nigga, that was the strongest attack that he did, and there ain't no name to that attack.
It's just Shattering Void, bro. We found out.
I mean, technically, there's no way to know if that was stronger or not.
And then let me say this too. And let me say this too, right? As far as Advanced Conquerors hockey goes, okay.
Keep the same
Oda does such a shit job at depicting.
I'm serious now. We better keep the same energy when I get a named attack from Mihawk. We better keep
Oda does a terrible job at depicting when characters are using hockey and when they're not. So it really, like, bro, it don't matter. Like, look, we saw Whitebeard and Roger do their little clash and shit. So you know that the nigga was capable of doing Advanced Conquerors coding. Like, you knew this. We all knew that.
Matt.
Yes.
Had Whitebeard pulled up with a named attack that actually did damage to Emu, right?
I mean, they pretty much stopped his form, so he had to take over rocks.
No.
Wait, what?
No.
Wait, no. That's not what happened, nigga. What the hell?
No. When the body starts like trying to recover, it's not like in the full form like when you first see it. It's like wobbling.
What's the point? What is the point? What is the point that's being made? What's the point that's being made?
I really don't like how we're turning this into a named attack conversation.
I'm just celebrating Silhouette Piece.
None of that double page spread was hype. And if you think it was, you are begging it.
Okay, that's a little disingenuous. That's
a
disingenuous.
Come on,
You're begging it. No.
Yo, reverse begging.
Yo, you guys are reversing Domi, bro.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Why should
All right, let's slow
attacks that do not?
Okay, that's fine. If you don't care, that's fine. But to say if we like it is disingenuous is ridiculous. It is hype.
No, it isn't. Because then
thank you, Jay.
Okay, listen. The reason it's not hype is because Emu regenerates, but in that moment in time when you read it, it's clean.
Oh my God, the next page changed the context so drastically.
It's not the next page.
It's not the next page. It's the page itself, bro. Glam, at the end of the day.
I'm not gonna listen to the total meathead excuse with no logic behind it.
What's wrong with being a meathead? What's wrong with that?
Because you know the reason why people would say that. So don't even.
That piece to be good at.
Glam. Glam. Two things can be true. The panel can be cold. The channel can be. Are you gonna let me finish, nigga, or not? Two things can be true. The panel can be cold, and I'm talking generally. I'm not singling somebody out here. The panel can be cold, and it can also not matter in the grand context of things. Two things can be true.
I said
so if you enjoy something,
about the art looking good, that's completely subjective. That's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so but we're talking.
Wait.
I don't think they're just talking about the art.
The art could be hyped to somebody though.
Bow. Get out.
I mean, yes.
Could be what again?
If the double spread looks good, that could be hyped to somebody. If it just looks good.
I mean, people do complain about the artwork all the time.
I mean, listen.
My job to get to listen to like Jesus.
What is your job?
Yo, listen.
It's not my job to account for the fucking wants and desires of the most common denominator. Okay.
Yo, listen.
That's it.
I think that it's good that Oda finally did a real like double page.
Spread.
That's good.
You know what it is?
That's good, right? He did a real double page spread.
Didn't we
But
just do?
I don't know. Look. I'm not trying to fuck up anybody else's enjoyment of the chapter.
Enjoy what
Like
you
now that
want.
now that we're
It's
on
too
stream,
late.
now that we're on stream and shit, I'm not trying to fuck up nobody else's enjoyment of it. Like, let these niggas enjoy what they like. Yeah, let these niggas enjoy what they like, right? I'm just
I mean,
bro.
you're right.
Look. It's just baseless hype. It's just baseless hype at the end of the day.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree with it being baseless hype. It is baseless hype.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, it's just baseless hype. I understand it's hype, right? The double page spread is cool. You got all of these legendary characters that have been built up in the series all fighting together at once. That's great. But when you get down, huh?
You build it up to tear it down.
No. Listen, with that in itself, it's great. Just leave it alone. We'll just leave it there.
I see.
Right?
Don't look back in that door, Toby.
We'll just leave it there.
Bro, it's like they building their whole squad to buy an icon. They pack an icon.
Don't understand
And
what
it's
they're
like fucking
actually
Luis
saying if they
Hernandez
say
stuff.
it's baseless hype.
Baseless.
Because at that point, it's not hype anymore. I don't know why we have to put this random semantics-based nonsense in this fucking argument.
What's the okay? So
the hype actually needs to 1, be cool, and 2, do something.
Well, cool it again. Being cool is subjective. That is subjective.
I'm saying like
I'm not here to argue that. Like it's
not the coolest thing, but they were all together. I did like that. I will say I did like that.
Yeah. I'm just saying. You said for it to be hype, it needs to be cool and something else.
And it's the absence of evidence.
My first thought was we ain't never gonna see this again.
Combat, like, because then like, if it's not a good fight, period. One moment in the fight doesn't then make me want to care about it.
Wait, Glenn, that's disingenuous. That is not the fight. That's a clash.
Who cares?
Check.
He's not talking about this, but he's speaking in general.
I'm talking about in general. Like, who cares? Like,
okay, I guess you're right.
Like the whole point of showing that moment is like, oh my god, these guys are working together to fight Emu, and like, oh my god, we're finally going to do something here against this character.
But it wasn't even intentionally like them working together.
Yeah, they're just throwing out attacks. To be fair, they are just throwing out attacks.
Bro, why? Okay.
This is
my question. Why did Garp decide to help Rocks?
Okay, Matt, that's the thing. It's not really helping Rocks. Like Jay said, there's a bunch, and it's not a good answer, but there's a bunch of Marines everywhere dead.
Okay.
That's really as far as
like he's got to do something. He's got to do something about that.
And Oda isn't the greatest at doing these in-depth things like that with characters, specifically at like in the moment. Like it's just like literally the rest of the Marines are trying to hold Garp down. He's like, "Oh, dead Marines! I gotta fight."
Because he cares enough to like get revenge, I guess, for the Marines, but he's still a part of like working under Emu in the first place. So he clearly doesn't give that much of a fuck.
Yeah.
Saturn as well.
It is dumb. It is like stupid, like because like you guys said, the repercussions. Why is Garp still a Marine? They wanted Garp as an admiral. It is kind of like, what the fuck are we doing?
And it's also this is my other reason, like why, like when all these characters are doing this attack, none of them are doing anything different from what we've seen them do before.
I don't see no ACOG either. What the fuck?
It's not like there's anything novel to this either, other than just being in the same area, which they had already actually been for all but one of them. For large portions of the flashback.
Hey, I just wanna address everybody in the comment section real quick.
Okay.
If y'all expect for us to be in a fucking echo chamber and fucking tugging on Oda's dick, y'all like, bro, why don't y'all just get the fuck out?
Okay, all right, hold on, nigga. Hey, man, all right. All right, come on now.
Y'all can get going.
These are my rats. All right, you can't just be yelling at them niggas. All right, come on, man.
Hey, that is not, Jay, listen. Jay, that is not something personal to your audience. That's something personal to the fucking One Piece fans.
Uh-oh.
That is to One Piece fans in general, right? Like,
how much?
if
What's the market
so
share on that?
a majority
Oh,
of
he
One
talking to
Piece
you now.
a majority of One Piece fans, right?
Type shit. He talking to me.
They
Type.
do not, if you do not agree that everything that this nigga does is amazing, go read something else. Why don't you go, like, bro, come on, man. Like, bro, most of us that read One Piece on a week-to-week basis, we've been reading this shit for longer than 10 years. Like, I'm invested.
Since you wasn't that.
Like I'm invested, bro, right? I want to see it, and then, bro, I'm having a conversation with the homies, and it's simple. Like it's as simple as that, bro. We don't gotta be tugging on tugging on each other's dicks and shit. Like, oh yeah, you're right, you're right, you're right. Like, bro, we don't live in no fucking echo chamber.
Nah, it's better if people have discourse too, because then that's what makes the conversation. What the fuck? If we all just, like Matt said, if we all gonna be
I think we
jerking
should
each other.
all agree and slap each other's ass.
Nah. Get him out.
All right,
Rats strong together,
let's slow
He
down.
said
Let's slow
slappy
down.
whack. What the fuck is
Let's
happening?
slow down.
Like, bro, look. When you look at it, right? When you look at it, okay, bro, you can read this shit and you can like it, but if you sit up here and try to act like this is a fucking a perfect chapter and that we have to fall in line and we have to fall in line with that, like, nah, bro, I'm not rocking with that. Like, y'all and people in the community know that everybody is not going to fucking say, like, listen, I don't have any stake in this, right? I don't have any stake in this, okay? I'm not getting no money from none of you niggas. I have no reason to lie and say, oh yeah, I love this shit. I love this shit. I love this shit. There's no reason for that.
Interesting. So like,
hey, listen. I feel like niggas are going crazy, like saying that this is a great, like, come on, bro. The chapter was cool, but like niggas saying that, oh, it's great, it's amazing. Like, come on, bro, get the fuck off the dick.
Cherry pie is
like, bro, just get the fuck off, bro. Get off. Get off.
Personally, I don't know. When it comes to this chapter, there are things that I dislike for sure. Would I call the chapter bad?
It's not just the Dami reverse.
No, I wouldn't call the chapter bad. I mean, for me, I have two major problems with it, and I've said it at length. Garp's character motivations and the Domi reversal, what it means for Rock's character. These are the things that I have an issue with. The rest of it, I don't really have an issue with, if I'm going to be honest.
I mean, you can
so,
and then Captain John.
But Roger.
Open up that can of worms.
Well, we finally got Kid's dad.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, Roger is a side character in this. He's inconsequential, so I'm really not expecting anything.
But this is where Roger becomes the main character.
This is more about Roger.
No, well, that's what everyone thinks. That's what we don't actually know.
To go in theory.
Who cares if he does?
If Roger takes out this reverse, he rocks, you know.
Are we getting a Rayleigh Shaggy side story?
Because you said he's a side character, that says everything about Roger.
Yeah, but it's not his flashback, right? So I don't think this is not
in a flashback.
Seeing what the world government is doing to all of the people on God Valley.
Yeah, that's not true, because we all know Garp doesn't think like that.
Do y'all feel like Garp is like, yeah, I'm attacking y'all because I see what y'all have been doing? Or
no, it's literally as simple as the Marines are dead.
I'm attacking Emu. I'm attacking Emu because I see what y'all have been doing on God. Like, come on, bro. That's what we going with.
Yeah, that's the worst part. I will say, Matt, because it's like Garp is attacking him, not even about like the slaves. It's really like the Marines that got hurt. Like that makes Garp's character look really bad. I'm sorry, people.
And then so like what we got like when Oda told us about what happened on God Valley in chapter 957, I feel like what we're getting now is such a fucking like contrast to what originally was stated. And that's why I feel like that's why I get the feeling that a lot of this is being spitballed. A lot of it is like just off the top of the head, like improv. To me,
But Oda loves improv.
improv ain't always good. Improv is not always good, brother.
I mean, I don't disagree. Yeah, we was having bodega. I had some crazy.
Your thing is still
like when you can. So look, when you can pinpoint the exact moment where Oda's like, where Oda may have thought of the idea of Emu, that like to me that's a problem, right? Because if this is your big bad, if this is and I don't know if this is his big bad. I think that this is like maybe a means to an end to set Blackbeard up as the big bad.
Yeah, I think Blackbeard is still definitely. I'm pretty sure it's Blackbeard still.
Yeah, I think Blackbeard is the final. I think Blackbeard is the final villain, right? But
and maybe that's why he doesn't like. I know it's stupid, but like the consequences through Emu that should be happening. He just knows he's going to use Emu as a stepping stone for Blackbeard. Maybe that's why he's not even bothering, which is a shit answer. But I'm just like, every time Emu comes, it just seems like it doesn't even matter.
I don't know, man. Jay, what do you think about Zunisha being controlled by Emu, and that's why he betrayed Joy Boy? I guess the Domi reversal.
But I think we got our answer for that, though. Yeah. That he can't just control anyone, but I mean, if it's a physical contact thing, maybe it's stronger, which is stupid too.
He can. I think he can just. Maybe he could just do whatever he wants, the same way Gear 5 Luffy can.
Additional restrictions are when he already forced it upon one of the strongest people of all time without their consent.
Yeah, I mean,
he stabbed him like twice. I mean, yeah, I know it's not a good answer. I know. I'm just saying,
he still
like,
forced it on him.
Yeah.
I mean, I just in general, I think Domi Reversal's pretty. I think Domi Reversal in itself is just pretty Mickey.
I don't think that would.
I feel like it's weird when Emo's just casually stabbing everybody for free.
Conditions people are saying that he needs to have to use it.
You said who? What? Who? What? Huh? Oh, the Homeland. Yeah, the Homeland gimmick.
Homeland shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard it.
Well, what's that gimmick? I mean,
basically that
garbage.
That Emu can only control people on their homeland.
Is that for real? That is actually stupid. That's actually stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, brother, I'm never picking that series up now.
The reason it's like that is because I think in Latin, that's what it means, like return home or some shit. The Domi reversal.
Return home.
Oh my gosh.
Also, like, hey, but guys,
so he's snake playing them away games, huh?
We're about to find out how Zebek became Buggy. Like, don't worry.
Exactly. All right. I'm gonna end the stream. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna end the stream.
Why are you ending the stream?
Yeah,
because I've been streaming for 3 hours. I need to pee. I'd like to eat dinner. There's a lot of reasons, to be honest. Again.
Hey,
that's it.
Was garbage. My fault.
Well. Also, I'm pretty sure. And Matt, if I'm not mistaken, I'd be shocked if Brago does not do a discussion stream. To be honest. Yeah.
Maybe later. I mean, if we get it right after, that would be.
I don't know. Brago said he got to eat too. Dang, we about to lose both.
He ain't doing that shit. He's talking about Superman right now.
Yo, Matt.
Oh, brother, that's what I'm saying. Someone put the timestamp at like 2 hours. We'll be there.
Yeah.
Now, the next stream gonna be so Brago.
Damn,
someone just said it as well. You know, Football Manager just dropped today, and I'd like to play that. So
Jesus,
yeah, man, that
real
part.
Right
proper, real baller, real baller. Yeah. All right.
It's at One Piece. Right. It's FM time.
All right. Brago said he's doing a discussion in an hour. Fantastic. All right, we're wrapping it up. We're wrapping it up.
4 hours from now.
Jay, you're at the pool.
All right. Definitely. All right, cool. So, guys, thank you so much. This was, it's the longest stream we've had in a minute. Yeah, this is a chaotic stream, but we had a lot. We definitely had a lot. So I got it, bro. So many things I got to do. So, thank you guys. Thank you for the donos are crazy today. Thank you guys for the donations. That was really kind of y'all. We had a good discussion. I mean, there should definitely be representation from both sides in discussion. And yeah, man, to me, like I told y'all before, there's a lot of things I ain't like this chapter. So, just because I said it maybe in a softer way for y'all, you didn't realize it, but hey, it is what it is, bro. So, Boast. Hey, my dad had cancer, but they removed it. Just got the call that it had spread, and I hate it, and I can't help it. But you helped me push through, and I just want to say thank you. Of course, Boast. I'm praying. Yo, pray for your dad, man. Keep up hope, because you never know. I've seen a lot of people come back from that. So I appreciate you, man. Stay strong, and I'm just glad that I'm able to do anything to help you out in this moment. So shout out, bro. Shout out to you. But yeah, the chapter's ended. So I gotta go. Until next time.